Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have.
I'm Pixie playing Cosmo, the Star Fallen BPRD agent.
And I'm Jen Giggles, and I am playing Hilda, the Kitsune Fiendbinder.
I'm Meg. I'm playing Norda, the Void Genasi Lunarchist.
Hello, I'm Andrew, and I'll be playing Porthos, the Rattling Warden.
And I'm Iko. I am playing River, the Animist Red Panda Magi.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is our third party panic parade of other P words that is so it's D&D 5e, but we are using every character has come to the table with either a race and subclass or a completely new class from a third party publisher. We if you're interested in any of them, we'll tell you who they are in the chat. We'll find opportunities to kind of bring that in and highlight those, because there are a lot of really wonderful and interesting other creations for the world's greatest role-playing game. So we want to make sure we take a moment and highlight all of those. Now, before we jump into tonight's adventure, I think we have a couple of announcements. So, yeah, take it away.
Hi, hello. We are running a dice sale. It is an especially important sale for us this month because those of you who have been around the channel for a while know we've been having some help. Not Cody. Cody's been great. I've been having some debilitating health issues lately and have not been able to work for 2 months. So I'm doing a massive sale on the dice. This is like these are rent paying dice. But because of that, you all get to profit off of my misfortune and get a massive fucking discount on these things. I'm talking massive. I'm talking like usually you could buy 2 sets for the price of usually 1 right now. But we have things for everywhere from $5 stickers up to $100 custom sets. If you feel so inclined, and if not, please feel free to share it with people who are your dice loving friends and family and whatever. Very much appreciated. And that's what I got. That's what I have to offer today.
Awesome. Anyone else have an announcement or a channel, a show, anything you guys
Hype
would like
yourselves.
to have? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to be on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with The Transverse here on Twitch, doing one of our rotating set of games that we play every month, and it'll be more D&D for you.
Sounds like a good time. Also, what time is that at?
3 p.m. Eastern.
Cool. I'm sorry I missed it, but thank you. 3 p.m. Eastern. Awesome. Anybody else have something they would like to mention? No worries. I don't either. Happy to be here. Happy to hang out with you guys. I'm glad we have this holiday weekend. I'm going to try to do some extra streaming and gaming and community things in our Discord. So I guess that is the last thing I'd like to mention. So with all of that said, let's jump in to tonight's adventure. Our adventure takes place in the world of Ultencia. It is a planet that is overwhelmed and overflowing with magical energy known as Aether, a thick, semi-sentient substance that drenches both living and inanimate objects in a myriad of possibilities. Here, there is no such thing as impossible. There are more improbable moments in Ultencia per hour than most people will experience per lifetime, as aether fields open up and bring in both immigrants and wayward planar travelers, as well as entirely new portions of cities and worlds. All those things that are lost to time and history, all those diminished and forgotten bits, those ancient societies, those disappearing socks, end up here in Ultencia. In particular, our adventure takes place in Decatopolis. It is the 10th of 10 cities, megacities, that remain on the planet. As Aether spills out, reality itself tends to unravel. And so, to keep hold of both sanity and floor beneath their feet, the citizens of Ultencia gathered together and embraced the weird, wired, wonderful world that it is. Our heroes are facing down a particularly specific problem for Decatopolis. A few months ago, about 6 months, a year ago, a former corporation leader, Baal Bapperpin, exposed himself as a infectious entity, a shapeshifter capable of incubating itself within other living creatures, of taking over them body and mind, and creating a bit of a hive entity, a growing, intelligent, spreading infection that, while it is many parts, ultimately belongs to one baleful foe. Our heroes have descended into the Undercity beneath Decatopolis and have sought out a grand library, the hopes of which that they can both earn favor with a prominent curio purveyor up on the surface, as well as perhaps find bits of mystical knowledge or even scientific know-how on how to defeat Baal. Here in this quarantine zone, deep beneath the surface, they have run amok of some screevers, which are baleful, infested, zombie-like creatures. They are those warped by the milky, gurgling substance that is Baal Bapperpin. But notably, creatures that his consciousness has seemingly ignored or abandoned. And so they are mindless in almost every way. They have also been able to skirt, so far, a group of cultists. Of the cults of, what was the cult again? Something I.
The cult of the Peerless Gaze. I
Peerless
took
Gaze.
fucking notes. I don't know
Well
when
done,
I
team.
became that person, but I took fucking notes. They're not great, but I have them. Like,
I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of me too. Let's see how long it lasts.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys too. For anybody that is new here at the channel, we do have one rule, two rules actually. One rule is that you have to write down the names of whatever I'm saying, because I will not write it down and I will forget. And if I forget, I will just make up a new name for it and we'll never know what happened. So that is rule number one. Rule number two is that you have to be able to say your own name without laughing.
That is because of Kat, specifically.
That is a very specific. Yes, that
Bing Bong was her Aarakocra, her chicken Aarakocra, and she couldn't.
No,
fucking
it was.
say
It was. Yeah, it wasn't Aarakocra. It was the crow
Kenku,
one.
sorry,
that,
Kenku.
Kenku.
Yes,
Kenku.
Kenku.
Yeah.
That only spoke with, and so she named it Bing Bong, and we would all die for Bing Bong. We loved her, but
Yeah.
she couldn't get through her own introduction without breaking, and we're like, no more. Cody said, never again. Like, say
That's-
your own name without laughing.
You can call it Bing Bong. You just got to be able to say it without laughing. That's it. Two very simple rules. So there you go. I'm sure there are more that will come up, but like the rules for wedding crashing, they'll only be brought up when applicable. the movie reference.
Nice
You've
set
never
of
seen it. Thank you.
guidelines.
Sorry.
No, I got it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, you guys are in the appointed library, name of which you haven't really looked for or found. And Norda, you had just let in the rest of the team. You guys have had a moment to kind of look around, and it is filled with rows of books, periodicals. It has both sort of a card catalog system as well as, you would believe, an electronic system, although you note that all of the lights in here are gas powered. They are oil lamps and gas lamps. So it doesn't seem like, while the building was at one point perhaps built for electricity, it's currently not running. So there may be a solution for that somewhere here or in the city. You don't know. This is a massive library. It's about 3-4 stories, probably has a floor down in kind of the basement. There are large sections for every sort of subject that you could want to research. It also seems to have been, at least for a little while, the hideout, living place, keeping place of these cultist members of the Peerless Eye. One of the things that they have done is, one of the things that is the Peerless Eye is known for is plucking eyes out of experienced or interesting people that may have seen or witnessed things, and then implanting those eyes in inanimate objects to serve as both sentries, and in some cases here you've noticed they've put them over open books and tomes for the eye to read that knowledge in their absence, which they will somehow absorb. You do not know how, but while there are no other, at least none that you have seen, Peerless Eye cultists in this building, their eyes do linger. So it is at this point we'll turn our adventure over to you.
Remember, I had cast non-detection on myself at the end of last episode, so that and with the understanding of, hey, you guys look for these books, I also have some specific things I have to look for. So if I have to accidentally, or if one of us has to touch one of the books they're reading, call me. I will come run get it, because they won't be able to scry on me. They'll be able to scry on y'all. I checked to see if I could upcast it and put it on, I can't. Like, I was willing to try to protect all of us. I can't do it. It's okay. Norda moves faster than sight and space. I'm not gonna see her anyway. And I don't know what weird powers the rest of y'all have, but I feel like I said Norda can just not exist. It's fine. In the shadows.
I'm short.
Yeah, but the books are, you have to go in front of the eye to get them. Yeah, so I don't remember what the other books I was supposed to be looking for were.
Don't forget that you have that black hole as well.
Right,
Like
to put
my
books in.
little-
Yes, I am just, thank you, yes. I am going on a research binge about all of this stuff. And yeah, just research
There was
binging.
there was a list that we needed to
Yes,
get.
I copied that down and distributed it, copies to all of us. Yeah.
Right. Because we were deciding who was going to look for what, because some of us were going to look for the list and some of us were just looking
Yeah,
for things that were interesting or that were about Bale.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Okay.
was looking for things of note and about Bale, because I,
Right.
again, non-detection, so if there's anything, like, dangerous and in the restricted section, I can probably get in. I thought we were going to divide, so there wasn't just one person looking for list items, because it is a massive, so it's like, everyone has, like, a book that they're looking for, but, like, if someone else finds your book, flag it down. Like, hey, I found the one you were looking
How
for.
many books are on the list that
Wasn't it like-
Cytherian gave us?
Wasn't it, like, 5?
Yeah, it's like 7 books.
Oh, it's like 7. Okay.
Okay.
Someone can take extras, yeah.
Okay, I just wrote down list of books and I
Same.
didn't put a number next to it, so I was like,
Yeah, so it's about 7 books. Most of them are magical theory and scientific theory books. They are not necessarily practical applications for these sort of things. Although there is one title that you think might have practical application. The rest of the titles, at least, very very much seem to be theory. So, who? Yes, please go ahead.
Before, like, as everybody's gonna kind of fan out, Porthos isn't really the best judge of books. So, are these libraries rows that have like a front side and a back side, or are they against the wall? Like, I'm talking like Beauty and the Beast style, or is it
Both.
like it's both? So there's some that are along the wall. Okay, Porthos
Some
was
are
like,
along the wall, some are freestanding bookshelves with fronts and backs, and some and those are usually on that like that big library track with the wheel at the end where they like roll
Move
forward
across.
and roll. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Porthos would like to go up and climb up one of the shelves to get a vantage point so that I can see downwards at everybody as they're moving from aisle to aisle.
Okay. So let's talk about what the basic layout of this place is.
Yeah, that's what
there
I was getting at.
100%. There is, you can see there is a sort of grand entrance on the floor. There is a large circular desk that could probably comfortably fit at least 4 people. So it is a big desk. Behind the desk on the ground floor, there is a section of reading tables and study cubbies, not alcoves, desks with like partitions for one person to sit with a book. That's also let's say that's on the right hand if you were to walk in. On the left hand side, a similar setup, but that is where their computers or machines are. Okay, most of the books on the ground floor that you can see from here look like periodicals or most recent publications, right? And most of those were along the walls. Without going into what is on each floor as far as like category goes, because you haven't really found the card catalog, you haven't really dug into that. That is the ground floor. There are 2 staircases, one that is in the back of the building, sort of to the right, and one that is in the front of the building, sort of to the left. It is its own stairwell that goes apartment style, up, landing, turn, up, door, right? That's how you get to the 4 floors that are above ground. There's a rotunda above. That's where Norda and you all came in. You guys are up on the 4th floor. There is a central open air for the floors 2, 3, and 4 that look down to where the desk is and where that open floor is.
So this library goes downwards, it doesn't go upward for us where we're at.
For where you are at, yes. The ground floor is on the ground level outside. You guys started up on the top. That's where you entered from.
Okay, so it basically goes like basement 1, basement 2, basement 3 downwards instead of going up, up, up from where we are. Or did Norda go all the way down?
You're on floor 4.
Okay, we're on the 4th
I think we were
floor.
trying to figure out how from outside on the road we entered on floor 4 instead of down on.
We had climbed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
on the ground
Yeah.
floor and then we went and climbed up in.
I threw a rope out.
That was it. Just making sure that how
Okay.
high we went up. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
okay.
Yep.
That's why I was trying to figure out why we're on the 4th floor. Okay.
Yep.
Then I would just like to find a vantage point that I can keep eyes. If people are going to move from floor to floor, which I would relate, hey, if we're going to go from floor to floor, let's make sure we stay together. Nobody go on any grand escapades by themselves on a floor solo. Let's just stick together. And Porthos is just going to kind of be like eagle-eyeing instead of trying to tear through books and not have really any clue about what he's looking at.
River's gonna volunteer to be part of the crew looking for the books that Caesarian were looking for.
Okay.
And she's gonna try to look for the card catalog.
Okay.
Hilda
Good.
is going to go and look for the back stacks as opposed to the front stacks, where either books, the rare collections, the stuff that you would have to have like permission to get, or the stuff that wasn't out on the shelves, kind of thing.
Okay. So to find the card catalog and probably that you're just sort of looking for that, or are you going to try to find information as to where that is, Hilda? Hilda. Oh,
Was that
are you
me?
rolling? Making a decision?
We're talking to me, right?
No, Hilda.
No, I was talking to Hilda.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
I'm just going to go, like, I'm skipping the card catalog. I'm just going towards where the backstacks usually are in libraries.
Okay. Cool. I have no idea where that is. We're going to find out together. It's going to be great.
I happen to know because I've been a reresearcher at universities. So
Yeah. So tell me where the backstacks are.
You
just a
tell us
moment.
where they are.
Yeah, you tell us what that looks like. Because I have no real frame of reference. But for those of you that are out front and you are looking around, Porthos, give me a perception check. Other people give me sig perception or investigation. And just remind me of what floor you are.
I think we're, as a group, sweeping floor 4 first, and then floor
Great.
2. So we're staying on 4, all of us.
Except
I rolled-
for Hilda. Hilda
Except for
wanted
Hilda.
to.
Hilda went rogue, but
Hilda's roguing out, and
All
and Porthos is keeping a watch from the best perspective.
although to be fair, Hilda can also fly right the fuck back up if she needs to.
22 for Porthos.
Thank you, Porthos.
You said investigation
I got-
or perception.
Correct.
I got 14 investigation.
Okay.
17 investigation.
Okay.
17 perception.
Okay. So investigation, Norda, roll me a D10.
Four.
4. Okay. You do find one of the books that is there. It is in the language section. It is what is it? It is Al Capone's thorough 4th translation of the Lumac tablets, as
Bless you.
written in comics in Common, Sylvan, and Primordial.
Oh,
I was
that
about
one.
to say
Okay.
Comic Sans.
Me too. I'm sorry. Did you say Al Capone?
I mean Al Capone.
Okay. Either way, it made me happy. I was like,
It's
ah,
entire-
Al Capone's
thing.
4th
Al
translation
Capone's-
of Comic Sans.
exactly.
Mhm.
Nothing is impossible in Hortensia, y'all. Alright.
Yep. Lumac tablets would be the abbreviated sort of title
Lumac tablets. Okay.
of it. Yep. Pages. It is a pretty big book. It is not quite hardcover. It's that leather cover that is flexible enough. The binding is soft. The wet leather is worn. It is not the oldest book that you can even see on the shelves, but it is well loved. There are a number of notations in the margins and sort of things that have been highlighted. You get the feeling it was perhaps at one point a textbook or something along those lines. The paging of it is very durable. It's not really paper. It's more like linen. It's more fabric.
Vellum.
It's more, yeah, kind of. They kind of feel like dollars to us, like that sort
Ooh.
of cotton
Hundreds. Okay.
feeling. Yep.
This is the good stuff.
There you go. So that is on floor 4. We're going to pause for just a moment as you guys are making your way down to 3. You find other significant books, but there are none that apply to Bale on the 4th floor, nor are there any additional ones from the list. So, Jen, what do the backstacks of a library look like?
So typically there's an entrance in the back corner, some back hallway of each floor, with a separate elevator behind and separate stairs, and they will have the books of the same subject matter on each floor to match the ones in front, but they are the rare stuff, the stuff that needs to be protected. Looks very similar, but sometimes they will be locked into a clean room. So you might find a couple of clean rooms in that space as well. The fancier the library, the more likely it is to happen. It's also going to be not nearly as pretty as the front of the library. So if you might have that huge rotunda with a beautiful chandelier in the middle, something like that, you'll still have, nice walls, maybe a little wood trim, but it's going to be much more bare bones and Spartan in its design.
Okay, good to know. So you find the hallway that is going to lead you back in that direction. It does have sort of a heavier than you would anticipate oak door that is on it. As you are approaching, I would like you to make a perception check.
What floor is Hildy on right now?
She's on the first floor.
First floor. Okay.
First floor? Okay. Is it audio? Is it an auditory or visual roll?
Visual roll.
Okay. In that case, it is a 21.
Okay. Inspecting the door as you walk up, there is a little bit of trim on it, and initially it looks like there is a corner or a catch or part of the trim that has been damaged. And as you look at it, getting closer to it, you realize the shape indentation that it looks like at one point there was a Peerless eye that had been implanted into this door as most likely some form of sentry or something along those lines, but has been dug out.
I'm gonna look around and make sure there aren't any others embedded in other parts of the door.
Sure. We're going to call this an investigation check as you go, and we're going to bounce back to our team up on, who have now moved to the third floor. Porthos, do you want to stay on the fourth, or do you want to go with them to the third?
We move as a unit.
Great. On board. Just want to double check. So for those of you on the third floor, go ahead and roll me, again, perception or investigation.
Did you need to know the rest of ours for that fourth floor, or was that just because you had Meg?
No,
okay, just making
14,
sure.
17,
Good,
and
just-
17,
okay,
and
yeah, making sure.
I prioritized the
Yes.
investigation check over the perception
Got it.
check.
Got it.
And there were limited ones on the fourth floor.
I also wanted to make
specifically.
sure that I didn't have to keep remembering the other number for later. Like that
Understood.
was it.
All good.
Natural 20 and either one that gets me shit.
Sure, sounds good.
On dice I made. On the ones that glow in the dark.
11.
11, okay.
So that would be
Yeah.
a 27 in perception or a 24 in investigation.
Fantastic.
Take a pick.
I will give you the pick. On a natural 20, you can choose. You can find something of value about Bale.
Okay.
Or you have found one of 7. You can, on a natural 20 on the third floor, I will give you 3
Oh god.
of the
Oh, shit.
of the books that you are looking for.
God damn it. That's I'm actually gonna poll the group. Show of hands if you think I should find something about Bale. Show of hands if you think I should find the 3 of the rest of the books. I was like, Megan abstains. North Carolina respectfully yields to South
New York.
Carolina. New York.
Courteously.
Courteously. Yeah, exactly. That was what I was reaching for. I just couldn't get there in time. Thank you. What the hell goes on in New York?
I feel like the sooner we have
yeah.
all the books,
Then we can get out. But if we're not dead by the time we're done, I want to do a second sweep anyway to look for specific things. So I'll grab 3, knowing that we can come back, knowing that we'll try to come back, or if we have time at the end of this, that we can do another round for harder. That's it.
Okay.
I will take
Say we
3
could
of
always help you on our way out.
them. Exactly.
can I look around Cody and make sure there's no life forms or anything up here with us at this point?
Absolutely.
I would assume that my perception check changes because of location, right?
Yes, I was going to have a perception check from you all along the way as well.
It's just a 13.
Okay. You are keeping a strong eye. You guys know about the Peerless Eyes that are implanted in different places. You, as a group, because you are both investigating and searching, hunting, keeping a watch, you are able to avoid those eyes. You do note there are some that are put up more as sentries than as active readers. And you notice that in part, they are lined up places where potential books of the of interest to the Peerless Eye may be shelved. So they're there in case somebody finds something of interest or value.
I want to go touch them.
If that makes sense.
They can't see me. I want to go so bad.
They can't scry on you, but you are still visible.
No, I know, but they can't scry on me, so the eyes can see me all they goddamn want. No one watching through the eyes can see me.
There you go. 3 books. The 3 people that were searching, all of you can roll me a d10 just to spread it out.
Six.
5.
What was it, Iko? You're muted.
I see a 10 in reading lips.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, reading lips.
Thank you, reading lips. Okay. So 5, 6, and 10. Okay. So the 5 is the Sublime Treatises of Faraday Ferdinand for summoning both celestial and fiendish entities through this plane and those beyond. Six is Infernal Contracts for Dummies.
Gonna read the whole goddamn thing right now.
I think I might have a copy of that one.
Get that one for me.
And number 10 is Monte's rough translation of Bestial Scrolls. This is more of a journal, written on a variety of leather hides instead of pages. They are bound, and some of them unroll or unfold the way like a centerfold or a gaming magazine might. There are many monstrous depictions, and it is a thick encyclopedia-like thing. The pages are thick by themselves, and just the heft and depth of the book itself is heavy. One of the things you will note, though, is that there are pages missing from this. And the leather, there's something odd about it. Somebody should investigate it further. That's as much as I give you on a natural 20.
Can I cast Identify on this book? Can I sit and do that while they're searching the next level?
If
is
you
it
would
that
like.
kind of, can we tell if it's magical or not, or if it's this is human skin, this is a Necronomicon? Like,
Can I-
make me an arcane check.
yes,
Arcana
absolutely,
check
I will. 100%.
Can I tell what type of leather it is? And the only reason I'm asking is to use survival for this. Like for animal, it's an animal tome in general.
Yep, I
rolled a
would
nat
like you
20.
to use survival. You rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
I have a 13 on Arcane, so.
That with the nat 20, we're gonna get there easy peasy. It is not magical.
Okay, I don't have to cast Identify then.
You do not need to cast Identify. The leather of the monsters is wrong. It is not human skin, although there are some humanoid creatures, gnolls in particular, that are utilized on pages. Most of these pages describe either monstrous cultures or monstrous anatomy. and independent deities specific to monsters, right? Monstrous races. This is a hunter's book, right? This is a journal of a big game or just a straight up hunter. Okay. The reason it's wrong, this is a replication, not just from the pages that are missing, but the curing techniques used on the leather to inscribe it are inappropriate for the time period in which it is purported to be written in the text, right? So they have hides. They're not always the right hide, right? So this is one of those replicated books that there may be an original copy of in the back.
So this is like a replica of someone's trophy book, basically. Because it's the hide from each page. This is the way I've interpreted it. Each page is the hide of the animal it's talking about, right?
More or less, yes.
Okay. That's
It was like
cool.
a museum replica.
Ed Porthos is kind of really tempted to keep this book for himself.
So you guys can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
I don't know what happened to my other headset. Sorry.
It's all good. You are all good. As you guys move to the second floor, we're going to bounce back over to Hilda. Hilda, what'd you roll?
I got a 6 because I rolled a 2.
Okay. You look around. You don't see any others pointed at this door or in this immediate vicinity.
I'm going to go through the door slowly.
Okay.
Because I don't know if there's something on the other side of the door.
Sure.
Just to, just to do a quick, look and see, and then move into that space.
Okay. Are you attempting stealth?
Nope. Just
Great.
Slowly to see if I spot anything.
So you open up the door carefully. You kind of peek your head in. It's a rather barren hallway. There is a door for an elevator that has a grate in front of it. Old school elevator, side to side, chuppy, right? And then there's a office door a little further back, and there's a window that looks into the office.
I'm going to peek into the office.
So you're going to walk past the elevator and peek into the office.
The way you say it.
I want to see what's in the office first.
Cool, that's fine. Are you approaching carefully, or are you just...
I'll do it carefully.
Okay, sounds good. You make your way up to the edge of the window, kind of poking your head around. Make me a visual perception check with, flat.
16.
Okay. The office has been tossed. You can tell there are books and pages sort of scattered everywhere. There's a large, dark wooden desk that has kind of wraparound shelves that are up behind it. There is little to nothing on the shelves at this point. There are a ton of pages scattered and strewn about the desk. Nothing looks like it was sort of left in place. The chair, whatever chair should be in here, is knocked over already. And there does not appear to be any kind of movement or personage in there.
I'm going to check and see if there's anything else on this floor before I follow the elevator shaft up a floor.
Okay. Make a... I'm assuming in the office, or are you just checking the hallway?
Check for other rooms in the hallway, and then I'll search the office again when I come back.
Cool. 100% easy. There's no other rooms in this hallway. Okay. If you want to investigate the office, you can roll an investigation check. Otherwise, we'll move you to the elevator.
Let's go up.
Okay. As you go to the elevator, you go to open the grate, and I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
10.
10. Looking for a 14. You are going to take 17 points of lightning damage as electricity arcs up off of the grate, shocking into you, and as it runs down into the floor, you see the corners of the walls, the ceiling, everything begins to crackle with energy, and you get the feeling that if you stay in this hallway, it is going to keep shocking you.
I'm just gonna go step. I'm going to go step out of the hallway
Okay.
and look for another way to the second floor.
Does that make a noise?
Yeah. It makes the electric buzz for sure.
From the
And,
second floor, can I see Hilda as she's doing what she's doing?
You cannot. But you
She's
see
in
the
the
flash
back,
of
right?
the. Yeah, she's on the ground floor. You're on the third floor, and she went into like a back hallway. There is a. You can see the flash of the blue light, sort of like that pretty blue light that arc welding creates, which you should never look at, by the way. And so you can see where that is. Like she's pretty obvious where she is, but you do not have visual on her specifically.
Porthos is gonna hear and see the flashing light and look at the others. They look like they're pretty much wrapping up on this floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Porthos is gonna take off down there.
Okay.
Whether that means I have to skitter down a pylon or something that's connected to the second floor. It has a big open circular room where the big table is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Porthos is gonna kind of scurry his way down.
Okay. Yeah. So there's some pillars there that connect the floors, hold everything up. You gotta support all the books. You go scurrying down onto the ground floor. The rest of you sort of make it to the floor number 2, and those of you that is everybody else continuing their investigation as normal. All right, Hilda got herself shocked. We're just gonna move on with that.
Listen, we didn't hear a scream.
Porthos got her.
Porthos went like, if she's dead, there's nothing we can do. None of us are clerics. We'll just have to get her back.
Porthos doesn't know if you're okay or not, so Porthos is now taking off. You got 3 of you up there.
I'm gonna take up
Hilda has
sentry.
that.
Listen, if she's dead,
Nice,
River's
River.
got something for it. I'm sure it's fine.
and I believe that. And Porthos will let us know immediately, and we will go down there at once. But yeah,
Sounds good.
it said Norda's taking up sentry, by the way, in case you didn't hear.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much. Perception checks, investigation checks from the trio, please.
16.
Thank you, 16.
It's investigation, by the way.
Thank you, investigation.
12 perception.
Clever.
Okay.
It's like always one person rolls really well, and the
23
rest of us are like me.
investigation.
Okay. On this floor, you guys are both going to find books. By my calculation, you have found 4. Correct. You are 3 short. So I would like each of you to roll me a d10.
4.
Same.
Cool.
We
Absolutely.
run for the same book.
And they're right next to each other, miraculously. The ones we need. Oh, cool.
So there is the Librum Infernitalis. That is a treatise written with signed testimonies by all dukes of hell and demonic welcomed honored guests. It is the account of a very tense diplomatic dinner between the Chaos Lords, Demon Lords, and the Dukes of Hell. and it reads almost one part like a one part gossip column, one part like dramatist persona, one part not quite mystery, but definitely like political thriller. It has a very sort of sensationalized Game of Thrones, told from the perspective of each of them, sort of air about it. Again, this definitely has notes in the margins, and some of them call out lies. Some of them are highlighted or underlined, described as important or potential weakness, things like that. The other one is the Angelus Magnus Acartus, which is a tour through essentially the high heavens, from the perspective of the author, who describes himself as the most unfortunate of damned, that he is teased with the tastes of the high heavens, only to be forced to report them to non-believers that are incapable of understanding, even through all sensory experience and the poor limitations of words. This is the volume. It's a very long series of numbers that you get the feel that he rewrites ad nauseum Sisyphean in an effort, right? Both are very large books, roughly the same. They have some similar qualities, for sure, and seem to be written by people of the same humans, most likely of the same society, right? Back over to Hilda and Porthos. Oh, I'm so sorry. 12, Norda, you do see one small thing. Some of the lights, the non-gas lights, flickered briefly and then shut down.
Was it around the same time that the electric moment happened, or was this different?
Shortly after. It like a few seconds after, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It definitely seemingly related to the
causal. Okay,
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Do I see Hilda?
You do. Yes, she made it out of the door. The door, Hilda, you do notice, is almost probably enchanted or mechanically devised to close. Right? It's heavy. It wants to swing back and close. Not prohibitively so, but definitely is a part of it.
Is there anything down here with me now?
You look around. What is your perception passive?
15.
There are eyes. They are straining to look away from the pages to see what has happened, but their periphery vision is very limited. You get the feeling that the eyes are placed, if they're looking at a book, they most likely don't want to be, and they are mounted in such a way that they cannot look elsewhere.
I'm curious, did we ever discuss, as a group, that maybe the eyes are actually just being tortured and aren't a form of sentry? The ones that are being forced to read the books?
No, because I did identify stuff on them and we could tell they were scrying. That was like a thing given as an answer to what they were.
Okay. They could be scryed, or they're scrying at all times?
They are scrying. Or they are equipped to scry. We don't know how often they're looking, but like the way it was said was that they were like scrying eyes.
People can look through them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would be the scrying effort. You assume that they can also gather the information of whatever is being read. You don't know who or where those people are. But I will say, porque no los dos, it is quite possible for them to be both tortured
Yeah.
and of instrument
Okay.
and century.
It's more Porthos has now gone floor by floor seeing these things and is feeling bad and is now starting to battle with the ideology that the eyes should be dismembered to set them free. Because if it is torturing whatever vessel that's being forced to watch this, it's kind of hard for Porthos to see. But Porthos looks over at Hilda and just looks at you. He doesn't really speak out loud because he still doesn't understand that the verbal is okay still. And he just kind of looks at you.
Hilda is her white fur is just standing up, little singed points, and she's just looking, a little ragged, but not completely toasted. And she just looks at you and goes, "Second floor. I must get to this. I have to get to the second floor, my friend. We must go up."
Okay. Do you have your wings out right now or no? You basically turn into fire whenever that happens, right?
No, I have a few other options.
Okay.
I'm going to step in right here to save you guys a couple of moments. Porthos, you are able to report and describe to her that there is no other door in this general area. It is a mystical library, so this is most likely the only entrance, a warded, protected, guarded, keyed, whatever it may be, entrance to the backstacks. So, unless you want to start trying to go through walls, but even then it may be a multi-dimensional space. Not really sure on that front, but there are no other traditional entrances.
So the only way to get to the back of the library is through that electrified door?
Yes.
Porthos is
through
going
the
to...
elevator behind it.
Yeah, through the elevator behind it. Can I go and investigate the elevator? Not that I'm going to be much good at it, but can I see if there is somewhere where the power source is coming from, meaning a wire or anything like that?
Absolutely. Make me an investigation check.
We do that thing in Borderlands where you find the electrified fence and then you go around the entire area tracing the wires back to that one. Okay, cool.
That's what I was going to do, but I rolled a nat 1, so I don't do that at all.
Okay, so Porthos, with a nat 1, you get up there to the grate and you're like, I'm going to look around. Let me see what's going on here. And you touch the grate and you just try to pull it open so you can see a little better. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$15.
That you do save, so you're going to take half damage. And a much lower roll of 12 reduced to 6 lightning damage. And you go running out of the hallway. Hilda, you notice that the door starts shutting as soon as the electricity goes off, but it shuts slowly. And as you sort of look at it, you get the feeling that the Peerless Eye broke this door. That as part of this trap, it was supposed to shut and lock and like keep you in there to continue electrocuting you. As Porthos crosses over the threshold, the little mark of electricity falls off of him, much the way it had fallen off of you.
Is the door electrocuting me, or is it inside the door that's hitting me?
It's inside, and it runs the length of the hallway. There are
Can I
holes.
hold the door open? Can I be Hodor right now?
Yeah, absolutely. The door is broken to a point where it can be held open.
Okay,
For
I'm gonna hold the door open. I'm gonna get away from the lightning, but I'm gonna swing that door as hard as I can open. Just so like Hilda can get like a full-on like look down the hallway and be able to look without the door, completely closing every single time.
Yeah, Hilda, make me a intelligence check. my people that were on the second floor, it's about now that you guys are making your way to the first floor, seeing Porthos holding open the door. Hilda's looking in the hallway.
You see two very furry, puffed out looking creatures down there. They're definitely all
Oh, they
hair on
both
end.
All of our hair that is outside of our clothing is just standing up still.
Sad
Yes.
the fashion craze now.
Yes, Norda? Okay, you'll
She's
think
just-
we're... Yeah.
She's just looking at them. Huh? What happened?
I got the perm down here. There was a hairstylist for a moment. I decided to really do something new with my hair.
Because
Do you
speed
not like
perms
it?
is super safe in Hortensia. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that.
No.
No?
Norda, you do notice again, and I will say the other two researchers also notice the lights, electrical lights, sort of flicker out from that door.
Can I make a check to see where there might be like a breaker box or something that's controlling the electricity?
Yes. Yeah, go for it. You can make an
What
investigation
would that
check.
be? Oh,
Um,
I'm so good at those.
Hilda, your intelligence check.
That came in at a 26.
Great.
I'm sorry, not 20. That's the other one. It was a 23, not the save, the check. 23.
Thank you. Check on 23. Hey, Hilda, you piece together very quickly. It looks like the Peerless Eye had really have been trying to get in those backstacks. That's probably the reason they haven't left this place yet. And the office was most likely tossed looking for a key to that grate, because there is a lock to it. I can also, over a 20, I'll go ahead and let you know. It looks like the grate itself, or perhaps the source of the electricity, some form of magic.
I'm going to wave Cosmo over.
I'm on my way immediately. Immediately I go.
Cosmo, I don't remember, but do you have a way to dispel some magic?
I believe I do. One moment. Perhaps I don't. No. I don't. I'm sorry. What are you trying to dispel?
There's a spell on the grate
Ah.
that electrocutes you.
Oh, excellent.
So if you had it, otherwise I'll call over River and see if she can do it.
That might be best. Is it... Can I make a... If the trap was there to exist, there has to be a way for the trap to be disabled so that they could come get whoever was stuck in it, so it wouldn't just keep going forever and drain the resources of the building, right? So can I do an intelligence check on the area and see if I can find the disable?
I've already kind of given you the pieces for that, so I'm going to go ahead and just tell you.
Cool.
The source of the electricity is magic.
Yes.
The door insulates and shuts so that the electricity does not escape the hallway.
Yeah.
It is intended to kill whoever is in there.
Yes.
The disable for it is the key.
Got it.
That is what they have been searching for. That is what
Just
they have
making
not
sure.
found.
I didn't know if there was a failsafe.
The lights kick on because the door is broken.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just double checking that there wasn't like a failsafe button somewhere that I could use. If no, then I have no way of dispelling it except for helping find the key. I don't know, but it's probably on somebody. Like it's
I
probably
will
not
give you-
here.
I will give you I will give you one more intelligence
Great,
check,
amazing.
Cosmo.
I'm just gonna go retoss the office.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. 'Cause
Um,
my other thought was, yeah, doesn't matter. Ooh. 17, just straight intelligence.
Okay.
Investigating the office, that was a 9. I find nothing.
Dice love us today.
They do. Yeah. Investigating the office, what you do find is that the office has been very thoroughly investigated previously. If the key was here, it would have been found. There's no real nook or cranny that has been left out of this, right? So the librarian, whoever was in charge, I don't know what that person is, head librarian, sure. You would think they would have the key. If they were not in their office, there are a limited number of other places that they may have been. So I will tell you that. The Cosmo, there is one other thing that you could do, but it'll hurt. If the circuit for the electricity was held open long enough, the rest of the building would probably light up and run.
Oh, good.
But you have to hold that door open,
Yeah, I got shit for
and
that.
at least one person has to be in that hallway.
Yeah, I got shit for
Okay.
that. Yeah, not a problem.
Could we use the rod? Could we use the rod that we got to hold it open?
Yeah, we do have a rod.
How long's your rod?
It was an immovable rod,
10.
wasn't it?
It's a 10-foot
Zing.
pole.
I
Pole
bought
Pole
it.
of
I
collapsing.
bought
Pole
the
of collapsing,
collapsible
yeah.
10-foot pole.
Yeah.
'Kay.
We do.
The hallway is longer than 10 feet, but you could use it if you
It'll
would
help.
like.
Yeah, it'll help. That's so I am going to take, where is it?
So, have we actually been able to like open the door yet, or have
I'm currently holding the door open at the moment.
Yes.
I'm currently wedged myself and pushed it to where it's not closing anymore.
There's a hallway door, and then there's the old school grated elevator.
Yeah, that's-
gate.
We
We can't
haven't-
get through
we
that.
can't get to
That's
that.
locked.
Okay.
Norda dear,
Mm-hmm.
if you could check the kiosk, the librarian's desk, for some keys. I don't know if there's many, but
Norda and River both race to the
Yeah, 100% racing.
central desk.
Wait,
It's
River,
not
you
a-
don't want to get this haircut? You know, it's really good. It's really
Oh.
good perm.
Don't need to split ends.
Perception or investigation from Norda and River, please.
All right, Norda, what you
Oh,
gonna do?
fuck you. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now.
What the heck is my modifier? Dirty
Nat
20.
One. Nat
Ooh,
one
oh.
for a 5.
Shit.
Okay. Norda, you are distracted. Make me a dexterity saving throw, Norda.
Okay.
I'm gonna jokingly say I tried to trip her, but now I feel bad.
19.
Okay. Norda, you go running over. You are clearly the faster of the two. You go jumping in. You hood slide over the the counter. You end up in the back just as River's sort of coming through that swinging door, and you see River, and you also see on the console right where the the camera would be a peerless eye that is looking at you.
God
and
damn it.
You dive and tackle River to the ground so that you are both out of visual range. It is here on the floor that River, you see beneath the counter here, there is like a locked safety drawer. There is no key for it. It looks like it is purely electronically controlled. and without electricity cannot be pried open.
So I am going to go help with the door holding open situation.
Does Norda have electricity power? Like electric?
I mean,
It can.
yeah.
Yes.
Could she potentially fry it?
Be right back.
Ooh.
I
Woogie,
can
woogie,
certainly
woogie.
try.
Sorry, it
Just-
had to be said at some
Just get a just become a
for a little
defibrillator.
shock.
Like
Yeah.
clear.
Like, look. You're
Can
doing precisely enough.
the safe thing, is it attached or can it be moved?
It is attached to the desk.
Okay.
You look at it. It is
Um,
attached to the desk. It is hardwired into one of the computers that is at that central station, right? So, real quick, look. Well, actually, I need to know what you want to do about the eye before you can find any other information on what is happening.
Well, is there a way that I can interact with the safe and not? No, because the eye is looking at the safe, isn't it?
The eye is on the computer. You can touch the
Mhm.
safe. You can, do it from down here. Essentially, you can electrocute it if you wanted to. Yeah. But I'll
Could
give
I-
both of you an intelligence check real quick, and ask
Okay.
your question. Please ask your question.
No, that wasn't it. You. That was just a.
I
if
have a question, if possible then.
Great.
Nat 20, by the
Great.
way.
Thank God. 12.
Cool.
I'm not smart.
Could I have a spell called Parlor Tricks, which
Okay.
is essentially a rewrite of Minor Illusion.
Yeah.
Could I use that to make a book that kind of goes up in front of the eye so it can't really see us?
The physical eye may not be able to see you. Scrying usually has true sight that sees through illusions. You
Yeah.
don't know if
Okay.
somebody is scrying through the eye currently, but you would know that may help some, not everything.
All right. It was worth a shot.
Natural 20. The computer turning on is what's going to control the lock. There's a key card. You just have to swipe it. You saw it on the desk. It was right there. You don't know if somebody else found it and brought it. They just couldn't figure out how to turn on the computer. Right. So if you were to power it and were able to control it, you could potentially get the key.
And is there a way I can, in theory, power it by electrocuting it?
Yes.
Power bank.
Is there a way okay. And is there a way for me to do that without the eye seeing me?
From down here, yes, you can power it, but to swipe the key card, the eye would see you.
Okay.
Could we try to attempt to be stealthy in swiping the key card off the desk since I know where it is?
You can try. It is hard because there's
It-
nothing in between you and the eye, right? So
I imagine, also, River, I imagine we are having this conversation with me just push up position, planking on top of you. We're just having this little conversation, really,
Yep.
really close. I think it would be probably fastest if we just poked the eye.
Oh.
Squish
I
it.
could always give an eye a good poke. I can do that for you.
Pop it
Well,
like
I-
a grape.
I love
I
you
got
all
caught.
so
It
much
probably
that I'm
wouldn't feel very
pushing
good.
through my very eye-specific
stuff.
body
Yeah.
horror issues right now. But the poking was too much and the grape was too much, so I need you to wave when you're done with this conversation.
Got it. We can. I think we could both poke it pretty fast. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get rid of the poke.
I am gonna go into the Quan of the Gale again because that
Okay.
does my electric.
Before we do this, real quick.
Yeah.
Is there any notification that if the vision gets blocked on the book, it's gonna do something? Have we had any inkling that if we block the vision, that Caitlin can look. Hello, I'm waving at her. Everybody wave. Okay. I'm not-
That was a
not
very
mentioning
casual
anything
wave. It
violent.
looked like you just talking with your hands for a minute.
I just realized you had your headsets off. Sorry. So has there been any confirmation that if we truly block the vision, meaning no illusion, no nothing, we just stick something in front of that eyeball, that it'll actually trigger something, like something will actually happen?
No
from it?
confirmation. I was planning if they let us know that it sees them, though, I was just gonna put it in the black hole. Like, just yoink.
But my thing is, if you can approach the computer from behind and just throw something down in front of it, you don't even have to stand in front of it. You could hide something there instead of needing to get all smushy.
Can you make that your minor illusion? Can you minor illusion can you do the camera trick with it? Right,
It
where
can-
they take over the feeds?
The scry will be
Yeah.
able to see
Oh,
through
see
the
through it. Duh,
illusion.
sorry, yes,
Through
you
it.
just said that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Actually, physically
Distracted by the
putting
conversation.
something there, though, it can't
Yeah.
see anything.
Got it.
Okay, do I see any tarps anywhere that like something that may have been like a dust cover that I could like?
Sure.
I
Okay,
just got
then-
a CPK'd. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
You may also have some random feathers on you from my constant switching between forms.
Up to you guys. I just wanted to make sure it was clear that we have zero confirmation of something actually will happen if the vision gets blocked. So that's like an option there.
I mean, no matter what, we were gonna block it essentially because we're talking about claw that ties out. Essentially.
Yeah, but at least in this way, it gets blocked for a brief moment. You grab the card like within not even 3 seconds of it, and it has clear view again.
Okay.
So, by the time something got that warning and it scries, nothing will be out of place anymore. That's at least my idea. Like, I'm not there, so like take everything I say with a grain of salt, of course. But
Okay, then. I mean, I would imagine, like, how big is this eye? Is it like huge, or is it like webcam?
Human-sized.
So it's small. Okay. Well, I would imagine like River would have like a hanky or something on her anyway, so something a little small, like whatever. So she's gonna show it to Norda. She'll be like, "I think, what if we covered the eye instead? I don't know who's faster. You'll probably wait. Well, you're way faster than me, but we could probably put this over top."
Norda is
And-
faster than sound. Like, and light.
Listen.
You
But I
you want to put a handkerchief over the magic eye?
can't see through it.
Yes, it can. Do you not know how scry works? Unless your handkerchief is lead or like 6 feet of wood, it can see through.
Ah. I guess the original plan stands then.
Can't see through death. Most things can't.
all right, time to take off the headphones.
Probably.
Oh no,
Do you want to?
I just do like a claw attack at it?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna electric thumb to the eye.
The worst thing
Yeah.
ever.
Cody.
Yeah, I'm guessing you are attacking. You're trying to electrocute the wires to turn this on. Yes?
Well, I'm trying to destroy the eye, but I'm just
I
getting.
thought she was attacking the eye, but that's fine.
I want us both to do it just in case.
Yeah, double
It's a-
up. Double up on the eye. Go for it.
Listen, if it's a magic
They come
eye,
in
I
pairs.
don't know. I don't know how
I
many
got a
hit points these.
19.
Okay. It's a critical hit. Go ahead and roll.
It's a D6. Where? Wow! Oh, it's a critical hit?
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Yes. You blind / destroy the eye.
Okay. Then I'm gonna electrocute. No, I don't have to now.
You do need to electrocute something.
Okay, I'm
No,
gonna
you have to-
electrocute
Yeah.
the.
To turn it on.
Yeah, the. Whatever.
Cool. Here is the challenge. Okay. How much electricity damage do you do?
It's stupid. It's like.
I know. I'm sure it
D12.
is. It's a D12.
Where's
Fantastic.
my new D12?
It's gonna take you the goal here is to get 20 points of electric damage, but no more than 30. At 20, it'll turn on. At 30, it'll fry. Okay. We're assuming you're absolutely going to hit, right? You can, if you choose to, critical strike. So,
what is critical strike?
It's a critical. You would double the damage.
Oh, okay,
But I need to know if you are choosing to do that before you roll anything.
Okay, I am choosing to critical strike the first one.
Okay, cool. Roll the d12s. Are you rolling and doubling, or that's a pretty
new one?
Yeah, gorgeous.
It's not pretty. It's petty. I'm gonna do this and double it.
Okay, sounds
Don't
good.
fuck me over and then leave your dice at my house. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I feel that. I've done that.
So that's a 5. So it's a 10.
Okay, so you start to see it. It does start to power up. You know you have to give it a little more. You're trying to control what you got going on.
Are we playing blackjack with electricity?
We are. Okay, so if I roll a 12, it'll double to 24, which is 34, which is fried.
Yep.
And the way I've been rolling, I would get a 12. So we're not going to crit on this one.
Okay.
That's a 3.
Okay. Another attack.
Not a crit.
Not a crit.
That's an 11.
Gets you to 24.
Hold.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, hit me.
No,
Don't hit.
River, make me a dexterity saving throw. You
Gotcha.
are trying to swipe this, open the drawer, pull the key out, all
Super
before
fast.
this overloads.
I don't think a 2 is gonna happen.
Okay. Norda, you have to continue to put electricity into this as River fumbles with the key card, and it's the Among Us, the key card swipe puzzle.
Oh,
I
no.
hate it. You go too fast. You go too slow. Ah!
Like, I didn't think this was gonna. Sorry.
Okay. Two.
Make another dex save, or sleight of hand. I guess I would take that if that's better.
Well, we're gonna find out. It is identical. That's gonna
Great.
be a 16.
Okay, you get it. The drawer pops open. You reach in there. You grab the key, and like there's some other just stuff. You just grab it and you don't even look.
Just sweep it all out.
Yeah, you guys back at the door. You're seeing sort of the electricity, the lights kind of pop on over where your friends are. You kind of poke your head around, and you see Norda doing just 1-inch punches on a monitor.
And you see my tail swishing because I'm like down at this drawer.
It's now puffy because electricity.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
just seems perfectly normal. Yep.
Have we wedged the door by now?
I haven't got a
Yes.
chance to roll any of that shit. Like,
The door is easy
Okay,
to
cool.
wedge open. Yes, you guys can 100% do the wedging door. As you guys are preparing to light up this entire building, Norda and River return with the key.
Cosmo was prepping herself to literally jump in and be and oh, never mind. All right, like much better. She was ready to fucking
Porthos.
go.
Porthos puts away the bag of popcorn and was like, "Oh man, okay."
That would have been fun. Oh my god.
Was there
Oh,
anything
but
else
have
interesting in
fresh
that space, by the
popcorn.
way?
Yes.
Asking the good
there-
questions here.
What
We're all
was the
focused.
question?
Is there anything else interesting in the safe besides just the key?
Mm,
Hey.
River Luke Goblin to that shit. She was like,
Grab it all and just run. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
The limited
Really?
amount of overdraft fees, the overdue book fees that they charge, and you never really know
Oh.
where that money's going. They just have it there.
Rich baby.
Yeah, absolutely. There are two things. One is Eyes of Minute Seeing, so mystical goggles that are helpful for reading. You can see very tiny things.
Bifocals.
The other is a drift globe,
Ooh.
Ooh.
which is very similar to your sun orb spell, River.
Oh.
Yeah,
So it's just-
you turn it on and it follows you. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
personal light.
That's adorable. I love
Yep.
it.
You're just
Keep
gonna have,
talking. She's like,
you're just gonna have all the orb friends by the end of this. You're just like,
Yeah.
so cute.
yeah.
So
So
do we have
readers
to
and a
dash?
touch lamp.
Do we still have to run through this lightning hallway to get to this, or does the key turn it off?
Key turns it off.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank God.
just want to make sure.
You guys make your way in. You utilize the key. Hilda, I'm going to say you are leading the way because this was your initial effort. You guys make it into the elevator. It is dustier in here. And what floor would you like to go to? I'm assuming second because that has been your goal for a minute. Yes, elevator goes up. The door opens. The grate continues to open. The next one up, simply. You do notice that all of these sort of have that same key lock, so you want to keep that key with you guys. Go ahead.
I'm going to relock it on every floor to
Okay.
prevent it from being called while we are away. If the lock isn't set, every floor I'm going to lock it into place so we have control of the elevator.
Sounds good. Absolutely. You guys are back in the backstacks of the second floor. If you are looking for something, make a check and tell me what you're looking for.
I would like to now begin looking for, because we found all the books officially.
You're missing one.
Oh, we're missing.
Yeah, can I look for the real one?
Yes. You can find the real one of the
The bestiary.
the Mandan Bestiary scrolls. Yes,
Yeah.
you can look for that. That is and then you were shy one of the 7 books.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going on guard duty.
Okay. Thank you, guard duty.
So 17 perception.
I'm going to look for a book on the the bad stuff that hitting everybody.
Bail back.
Bail.
Yep.
B word, yeah.
I got
You gotcha.
19 investigation.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Quick math.
24 investigation.
Okay. River, if I'm not mistaken, the book of the leather, the bestiary, that was on the 3rd floor, so you'll need to go to the 3rd floor to.
Oh. Okay.
But you, I'm gonna say you contribute to the others in their search. You do double check around. It is not here. One of you was looking for Bale, and were you completing the set, Cosmo?
Only because I thought River was going to look for the other thing. Otherwise, I had other things I wanted to try to look for, but I will look for them afterwards.
Okay. Between the two of you, you're going to need to go to the 4th floor to complete the. Oh no, what was it? No, you can complete it here. Go ahead and roll me a D10.
8.
You find the Kiran Nope, I'm not gonna do that. I hate that word. I'm not gonna do that anymore. It is the compendium of forbidden magical arts and practical application through infinite possibilities. This book is magic. This book also contains magic, similar to scrolls, spells.
This book may solve both of my problems at once. May I, while they have to get up to the 4th floor, may I now sit and cast Identify? So before we walk out with this book, we know what's in it. We know that it's not going to be a beacon. We know that it's not going to put us in danger. Like carrying it with us. I would love to sit and do my 10-minute Identify.
Okay.
So you guys can go up. I will just.
Hilda, you find Librum on insubstantial species throughout the Great Wheel and beyond. This book is kept in a clean room. There is a decontamination brief like closet, and then there is the small room itself. The book is held aloft, you assume via some form of levitation magic. The room and the window which you can see it is labeled, and the window through which you look is enchanted to filter harmful light radiation.
I'm going to enter the room.
Okay.
Just-
You need go ahead.
Sorry, I know I had to walk away for a second. There's no eyes in this area, right?
You guys have looked around. No, there are no eyes in this
'Cause
area.
they haven't been able to get past. So
Norda can confirm, yes, they have not been able to get past.
okay. I would like to. Did you guys say what you did to get the key in the first place? Did you guys relay that?
Sure.
I mean, did you at least like mention like, hey, we had to destroy an eye to get the key card and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I probably would have said something about the eye at least. Maybe not the freaking shenanigans that went with getting it, but definitely the eye.
Porthos is gonna stay in the elevator while they are doing what they're doing.
I locked you in the elevator then.
That's fine.
Okay. Locked in the elevator.
Could I
Um,
ask, while we're here, have we seen the name of the library anywhere? Like on like any of the desks in the front or anything?
You haven't asked until now, and I don't.
I
think
was
if
just
they're gonna-
curious.
I don't think they're gonna have it in the
On the inside.
in the back in the safe rooms. They're like, oh hey, here's the library name. When you get back out front, you can look for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
I just thought about it. I was like,
No, I appreciate
I
it.
have blank library on my paper still.
It's as much as I hate when players ask me the names of things. I also find it really funny when players decide they should know the name of something. So it's just for my own real amusement. You haven't done anything wrong. Hilda, key,
Yep.
lucky. You go in. I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw in the decontamination room.
$13.
Okay. This decontamination room, you realize, is not just about particulates. It is in some ways it's a defensive trap, and you're not sure if it's about getting in or getting out. It vacuums this. It like vacuum seals this room, and so you catch your breath. You do lose a little bit of it. What is your Constitution modifier?
3.
3. Okay. Normally you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. On that, we're going to say you can hold it for 2. Okay. You open the next door. Requires the key, so you cannot have both doors open at the same time. You go in. The book is floating there. There is atmosphere. How much you want to breathe it is up to you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to collect the book.
Okay.
Just very carefully fold it in like a cloth.
Okay.
I mean, even if I go topless, I'll wrap it in my tunic because it is a rare, careful book. And I will attempt to leave.
Okay. You lift it off of the float. You undo the lock. When you step into the decontamination room, it senses the book, and it sort of, there is a, not alarm, but you definitely notice there's a shift in the color in the room. I'd like you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Nat 1. The total is a 4.
Okay. As the air is sucked out of the room, your breath loses. You start to get lightheaded. You are about to pass out. You have one action. What would you like to do?
Is there glass on the decontamination room door?
Sure.
I am going to... You said it was a small room?
Mhm.
So I'm going to brace the pole, because I have that collapsible 10-foot staff on me, and I'm going to have one end hit the other door, and the other end shoot through the glass.
Okay. Sounds good.
I just imagined you Kool-Aid Manning through the door. No time to open it. Like,
Yeah.
the pole is objectively smarter because probably that glass is reinforced.
I mean, I've got a strength of +3. If it was more than one action, I could break the door, but I don't have that time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a, let's call it a strength check. Okay, you can use athletics if you would like. And I'm giving you advantage. The magic of the pole is going to give you advantage, and it is going to, let's say it gives you a +5 to this check in addition. Okay. Go ahead and do that. We are looking for total of 30.
Are any of us near her to like see that this is happening?
What'd you get?
With the +5 and my strength, that comes to a 17.
Okay. It hits the window. Hilda, your vision goes dark. The glass spider webs. Everyone else in the room, except for Porthos, because he is locked in the elevator, you guys see this, and you see just as Hilda's head sort of lolls, and she starts to fall. What would you guys like to do? I'm going to go with Norda first, because she was not reading or researching anything, and she was keeping watch. So Norda, what would you like to do? You're muted. Whatever you do, do it quietly.
Of course I am. Can I get to her in 50 feet?
Absolutely.
Can
Okay,
you, the monk, get to her in 50 feet? Really?
I don't know how big the room is.
No, I know.
Can I? You said that it's starting to spiderweb. Can I
Yes.
punch the
Yeah.
glass?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and go. You can't miss. If you roll above a 10, it's a critical hit. So go
Yeah,
ahead
dirty
and-
20.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Just turns the glass into
Oh.
powder.
So that's 12 plus 5, 17.
17. 17 plus 17
And-
over 30.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I'm still in the cone or the quant. Excuse me, 4 electric.
The electric isn't gonna help shatter glass. Probably melts it more than anything. But the glass does
Insane.
shatter. The shatter glass is ripped into that decontamination room with all of that air. The vacuum is still going, so it's now slowly draining the air out of this whole room. Hilda, you catch a breath. You sort of wake up. You are on the ground, covered in glass. Your pole is sticking out of the door. And what would you guys like to do?
You're muted.
In silence, we continue to adventure.
I'm
You
I'm
are
going
the
to-
quietest library.
Listen, we're role-playing
We're in a
hard,
library,
okay?
Cody.
We
I
are
know.
in the library. We must now stage whisper as
For
we
the rest
play.
of the time.
Why do you think Porthos used sign language? He's in a library. He wasn't gonna talk loud.
Yeah.
I hand the key out the window because I can't reach the lock myself, collapse the staff, and let Norda open the door on me.
Okay. Norda opens
She
the door. Yes. As you're walking out with the book, that alarm that failsafe is still active. So it is slowly draining the air out of this room at this point.
We've got to go.
Am I listening to cool elevator music?
It's from like the 50s or the 20s, somewhere in that range between the 20s and the 50s with that kind of an elevator. It's gonna be jazz.
But
really
it's
good
it's
jazz, not
the
smooth
jazz careless whisper. That's what I wanted because we're in a library and you have to whisper.
Oh my god.
On his like third repeat already.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm in there vibing.
He is, for the third time, I'm never gonna dance again, and then he dances again when the song starts up again. So,
I won't do it. I won't do it.
Never gonna
It's the big band version of it. Like it's the big
The
band
Michael
version.
Bublé version,
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
puts way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
horns in than any song usually has. Correct. Somehow they got him to do a cover, and now all I want is Michael Bublé to do a cover of Careless Whispers. Get on that, internet. Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
That would be such a good song.
We need to go.
Yeah, we need to go.
Did we get all the books yet?
We're going up another
missed it.
floor.
Yeah, we're not leaving.
Okay.
We need
You
to get
guys-
out of this room.
That's fine. We can get out of
Get
this
to
room.
the elevator.
Can I ask
You
why
get-
we locked the elevator? Just so I can know. Sorry, I know I was missing.
We're locking the door behind us.
You can call the unlocked elevator as the assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was staying in the elevator simply because if something did call the elevator,
You could be ready to deal with it.
surprise Porthos.
Surprise rat. You can
Terrible.
tell. And you can tell that Cosmo has never felt more betrayed by a library in her life. I imagine she was at like minute 6 of her 10-minute identify. She has to fucking start over now when we get upstairs, and she just, goddamn cultist library piece of shit. Like she's just like annoyed at needing to go and start over on another floor.
Hilda's just walking around topless right now because the book is wrapped up in her tunic, and the tunic has been put in the hole in the black hole.
Smart, yes. Good.
Very
So,
look.
yeah, let's head upstairs then, and we're locking all the doors and sealing that hallway behind us again. They're gonna walk out. Someone's gonna walk in that room not knowing, and it's gonna be like a fucking on a ship airlock.
Door might not even open. Too much pressure.
Yeah.
Just curious. Can we leave the elevator unlocked this time? I would like to go down while you guys are scouring this next floor.
I mean,
I don't see why not.
it's fine. Don't go back to floor 2.
I will
Yeah.
not be going back to floor 2.
Yeah.
Floor 2 is dead to me now.
Yeah,
Floor 2
floor
is dead to everyone now.
floor 2 will always be a careless whisper in the night now.
You could
So you're
say
going
you are
to-
also dead to floor 2.
You're going to drop us off on 3 or 4, and then you're going to go back down?
Yeah, you know, I don't like the unknown, and I'd
It
like
was
to
also
leave
your
the-
idea for all of us to stay in one group, by the way. I hope you know that.
But then, how will we get down?
Yeah.
If you have elevator?
Oh, I'm going to go back up. I just want to make sure there's nothing down there.
Well,
Also,
so-
what happens
you
to
think it's a
you?
bad idea. You know, my idea not perfect ones.
we can also
I
call
did-
the elevator if it's unlocked, and he won't have the key. So we can
We
go-
can call it.
We can if it's unlocked. That's why she locked it. So as long as he doesn't have the key, doesn't lock it, we'll be able to get it if he for some reason doesn't come back up in a few minutes. But I need
You
10
know-
fucking minutes of
you know
quiet.
That's too much. That's too much. We'll just all go up together.
She
It's
just
fine.
like she while this as soon as the elevator opens on, she goes all the way up to 4. She's like, I'm just going to sit at endgame so I don't have to keep moving. And she's just gonna she'll go if you guys are searching 3, she's just gonna go all the way up to 4, and
Yeah, we need to go to
sit.
3.
Like whatever Backstack's room is in 4, she is first gonna sit and just do the identify. I don't like Cody's face right now at all.
I'm loving everything
I
that's
hate your face right now. It makes me nervous.
I hate your face right now.
I love you, but I hate your face right now. Like,
happening. I love you too.
I'm gonna be the first one to die. Yeah, Jax, it's a
Whoa.
season wrap on Cosmo.
God.
I will go with Cosmo then to make sure Cosmo's not by herself.
I'm
So
fine.
I will stay with her on the 4th floor.
I'm the
You
only
three
one who
can-
cannot be seen by magic right now. I promise I'm alright. Go.
But you are not invisible to someone who is physically there.
I have lots of questions about how anyone would have gotten past us when we had the whole. We've just been out and about and watching everything, but.
I
Alright.
raise you this question, Cosmo.
Mm.
Where is the librarian?
Obviously off duty, or they wouldn't have let people trap the entire thing and put cultist eyes up. Either they're with the cult and therefore they're with the group that just left, or they're a really terrible librarian because they heard all the electricity and didn't come looking for us. So my guess is dead or doesn't give a fuck.
Let's hope it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to the
unconcerned.
3rd floor and search
Yeah.
while those two are arguing as they go
Yeah.
All the way up the elevator shaft. That's what we're doing. We're arguing all the way
And
up there.
she heavily encourages you to go keep an eye on the people who have already gotten locked in trap rooms and electrocuted in the last 10 minutes.
He was one of them.
Yes,
was
I
too.
want all of
Hey,
you as a
I
group.
did that by
Like-
choice. All right.
I'm unscathed.
I will be
motherfucker.
on the
What
third
are you-
I know
floor with
you are.
everybody.
I know you are. I wasn't concerned about you.
I stay with them. The tiny rat goes up with you. I stay with them.
Nora
Can do
makes it
nothing.
through the whole campaign without
yeah.
getting hit.
Oh
Just
yeah, never touch, never
I'm
fucking
just
touch.
zooming at the camera the entire time, like, what the fuck? They think I don't know. Jesus.
please don't jim the camera.
Please don't turn the camera.
Thank you, Abed.
So
Um,
am I going to 4th floor or am I going to the?
You're
third
going to the
floor?
4th floor. I'm
You're
settling that right now. You're at the 4th floor, my dude.
Someone decide for me. Thank you. All right. While you're doing your identify spell, Porthos is just gonna be looking around but not touching a single thing.
That was her
Yeah, that's
actual
her writing it.
concern. That was her actual fucking concern. She didn't want to say it. Like
Porthos hasn't touched a single thing this entire time because Porthos does not know what the hell is going on in here.
I know, and I'm waiting for a wisdom save to go wrong and him to just be a boo in the cave. Touch nothing but the lamp. Big gem. Like
That's not the right thing. There's only one thing that would entice me.
The elevator is getting recalled to the 3rd floor and locked in place after those two are up.
Got it. Done and done. You guys that are on the 3rd floor, tell me what you are looking for and any appropriate checks.
I'm looking for this real book. Dang it.
Got it. Go for it.
I literally
Any-
wrote 3rd floor too, so I should have known better.
Any more stuff on the bail?
Got it. Thank you.
19 on perception,
7.
just making sure.
Thank you, 19.
A 7.
Thank you, 7.
Nat 20, making it a 24 on it on my search investigation.
Okay. Absolutely. River, you find the book. It's going to take you a while. That's mostly what you're doing. You're looking through these. There are a number of other leather, skin-written, flesh-written books here. So you're some of them are faded. You're kind of having to examine them a little more than you would like to. One of them is written in fur, a fur braille, very similar in texture to yourself or Hilda. Porthos is a little matted, so probably not him, but any of the rest of the furs here. That is what that is what you are working on. Hilda, what languages do you speak?
Sylvan, Common, Infernal, and Abyssal.
Okay. There is a door that is written in... It is a safe door. It is similar to a bank safe door. And all along the circular spinning rods that lock this door are written in a variety of languages. Importance of not fear and woe in that if you it like the world's not going to end if you open the door, but it is very much a warning along the lines of be careful what you wish for. Be careful of the knowledge you seek. You look around the other books that are here. There are very good ones. You might, if you turn around with a natural 20, I will give you a different book. But with the natural 20 that you have investigated, you read over this door and you have a pretty good idea between the key in your hand, the eyes of minute seeing, the drift globe, and you sort of really piece together that under the light of that drift globe, with the eyes of minute seeing, with this key in your hand, you can find the code or phrase to open this door.
They're basically in an escape room now, is what you're saying. They found all the other clues scattered throughout this, and now you can put the pieces together for the big door.
If they want to, yes.
She's gonna. Yeah,
Okay.
She's going to.
Okay. When the drift globe is alight and the eyes of minute seeing are on, and as you are very closely reading this, the lights in the rest of the room dim. And you notice for the first time that each of these back rooms is lit, not with electricity or with oil or gas like out front, but with magic. And as the drift globe illuminates, it sort of absorbs the magical light that is around all of it. And written on the door is the most noble of avarices, that which never sleeps, can solve all, and yet it is the sadness to those it is given, to those it befalls. You think about it for a moment, and you know it is knowledge. With the key and the word spoken, the door begins to spin. It rattles and clicks as a chain twists and the pins lift. And for the very first time in a very long time, this door sort of pulls open. And there's a slight rush of air. One that very briefly reminds you of not so long ago being without breath. And in the room, only illuminated by the drift globe, there is a tome. And on the tome, the words sort of shift as you look at them, and they change and realign to whatever your first language was. And this is the words begin to sort of twist and form. And it is the perfect accounting of infinity at the end of time.
Hate that so much. No. It's uncomfortable to me that cultists have this knowledge or access to it, because like
They didn't have
They
either.
don't.
that's what I was about
They
to say.
couldn't
We
get
know
there.
that the door hasn't opened in a long time, but they could have at any point fucking gotten in here.
Yeah, they were a little smarter.
They were trying, they did not. Hilda will very carefully take the book. Is there anything else in the room?
No.
She will then shut the door and relock it.
Okay. The door is shut and relocked. It is about this time that, River, you are finding your leather tome of hunting. And it is about this time, up on the 4th floor, that we are completing the identify spell. Okay. I do not have the particulars of this right in front of me, but it is a this is one of those books that you have to read in its entirety in a certain number of days. It is like the book of leadership, where you have to read it in, like, we're gonna say 5 days, basically. It is a marathon constitution survival check effort. If you complete it, okay, you will learn, essentially, you can learn any spell that you would like. The imperfect version of it. Keeping the book, it is a tome of, it is a wizard spell book. It can contain even divine spells, but you do not get to decide what spells the book contains or prepares in a day. The book is debated to be sentient, although it does not seemingly speak to its owners. It is also said, rumored, I'll just throw all this at you, to contain remnants of forgotten magics. Specifically, for those of you that do not know, there was once upon a time a 10th level type of spell. 10th level rituals. So, if it likes you enough, it might give those to you.
2 questions.
Yes.
1. Could I, as a not wizard, attune to this and use it as a spell
No.
book?
It's not. So it's not a tuning.
Oh, it
It's-
is.
It just is.
Oh,
You
that's
if
You
you
just have to be
read,
friends with it.
yeah, if you read it in,
you really-
in time.
You really gave Caitlin a book and said, "Hey, be best friends with it."
Yes, he did. Yeah. And yeah. Listen. I will, as long as I have this book, I will never once ask for boots of flying. Okay, this suddenly supersedes.
Don't you already have
But this
them?
is one of the
No,
books that
not
we
this.
have
I got
to
it in the
give
one
to
shot. I got it in the
somebody.
Monster Hunter. I do not have them as Cosmo yet. But this feels more important. So that is interesting. And just in case it is sentient, instead of putting it in the black hole, she is going to put it in her. She has in the inside of her coat. She has on her belt. She has book holsters basically because she's a researcher. So she's going to put it in one of the book holsters, underneath her coat, on her hip, on her back, or wherever there's room for a hefty to protect it. Is that okay? Yes.
Yes.
Cool. She's gonna do that. Secondly, however, especially having now found all 7 of the requested books,
Mm-hmm.
this library has, obviously, because we have the backstacks and the Hunter books and the replica of the Hunter books, this library obviously has somewhere in its core something that has the ability to copy books. I would like to see if I can find that.
Okay. I will go ahead and tell you that ability is long since past.
Okay.
In its active prime and as a part of a society with experts of technological and magical prowess, absolutely, probably copied them perfectly and imperfectly many times over.
Mhm.
As it is now, this library no longer has that potential.
Do I know of any equipment or persons in town or at the agency who might have that ability now?
Yeah, to varying degrees, yes. Which type of book are you attempting to copy?
She'll say this out loud to Porthos as well. She tucks the friend. She tucks her new best friend into its little hidey place. What?
Nothing.
And she looks down at the handwritten note. She's checked off these books that they have found. She is. Whether Safarian is asking about these books because they would fetch a high price, or asking about these specific books for other reasons, a lot of them have to do with demons, demonology, or angels. I'm a bit concerned what a curio shop owner would want specifically with those things. I plan on giving him access to most of them. I am going to keep one in particular. For a moment at least, because it seems there's parts of it that align with my own personal... It doesn't matter. Well, I do want to give him the real ones. I'd like to know what's inside them, so we know what's coming, or can prepare for the possibility that he may just be summoning demons. And I don't think any of us can read and absorb... Not even me can read and absorb that much information that quickly, so I may want to see if we can get some notes taken about... If we can get a Spark Notes annotation of what the fuck is in these books.
Did he give
before
us a
hand them over.
time frame we had to
He did not.
bring these back?
He will hear
Do
we're
we
back
have
in
all the
town.
time in the world?
Well, he will hear we're back in town. I don't want to keep them away from him for too long, which is why I thought copying instead of just... I thought magical copy work might be a little safer than just me going by hand and trying to annotate and write false journals of all of these. But they do seem very high profile and potentially world-altering depending on what you're summoning. She looks at the infernal contracts for dummies, and she's like, This in particular.
Hilda probably has a copy
I-
of that one.
I believe it. But she's like, this one in particular, if it fell into the wrong hands, it'd be great to know what we're dealing with if he just sold it for a price. Of course, if he's planning on summoning and contracting demons and devils and fiends just to work for him, again, a different concern. Anything that has the potential to... This stuff is bigger than us. I don't know that Mortacity can handle this kind of magic in bulk, and this is 7 books that are a lot of bulky magic.
I'm going to spiral back to my original statement about the books. And when I said that these books were going to potentially be dangerous, and that perhaps we should have destroyed them, and while I attest to, of course, we shouldn't destroy knowledge, I would never say that, obviously, for you.
She immediately
But-
her tattoos just glow like
We're not going to destroy the books, but I feel that some missions shouldn't be completed in the end for
And
the
it won't.
betterment.
And it won't be. I'm not giving him all of them. But I do think having
Just out of game, all 7 of these books were very powerful books,
Yeah.
were they not?
well, like that's the thing is, if Infernal Pacts for Dummies, maybe not. That's why I want time to investigate them and see what's actually in them, like as far as practical knowledge goes.
I can offer you guys 2 things.
Yeah.
So only 2 of them are magical,
Oh, okay.
right? The grimoire with all the spells in it, and the one that was behind the big fancy door, basically.
But of the books you requested,
And only one was magical,
Whoops.
and that is the
I'm
one you identified.
like,
The rest of them are novelizations, theoretical ideas, how-tos.
mhm.
None of those are magical. I will also remind you that here in Decatopolis, there are districts where fiends are the primary inhabitants. And by the same token, there are districts of the city where celestials are the primary inhabitants. So even if so there is no need to summon these
Just go down the street.
you just go down the street. But these may serve as useful guidelines when interacting or speaking with these sort of outsider creatures.
He could be doing deals with the devil, but not in the way that he has to sell his soul, just actually doing trade with the devils.
He could also just be trading them to people that want to do deals with devils, right? There is no evidence as to what he is specifically doing with them, but you can see that they would be valuable to be sold, even if they are not sold to or by Safarian.
So what we're looking at here is there's going to be 2 books that we don't hand over, basically, or is there 3?
One that he
There's 3
asked for.
books.
One that he asked for. The other ones, remember, our payment was we keep anything else we find in the library. So
We just, tell a little fib and we say that the cultist destroyed the book, and then, no suspicion, no trail
that will
behind
raise
us.
suspicion, because how would he know that how would we know they destroyed specifically that book? We just say we couldn't find it.
That's
Couldn't
fair.
find it.
I don't. Which one was the one that almost Hildy almost died getting?
The Bale book. It was in
The
Clean
Bale
Room. It's
book.
not one he asked for.
That's not one he asked for, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The one that was obviously we don't know about the one that they just found that was questioning life, the universe, and everything.
No, that was not one he asked for, though, because we'd already
Okay.
found all of them before that.
So in Porthos' mind, these books just sound like, and this is just coming from me, I don't, aside from the one that you want, obviously the ones that you want we'll keep. The rest of them, they just sound like we give them to him, and, after, if you find interest in them, we can take our time and turn them in and let you get what you need out of them. And
I'm
then,
not saying we don't give the other 6 to him. I'm just saying I'd like to get some notes on them first, just in case.
That's fair.
If
That's
they were
very
dangerous
fair.
enough, if they were worth him sending people down here for and asking about, but he considered it too dangerous to come himself and try. That seems rather risky for just a cookbook.
I think that we are the reason why he gets the books, so we may do with them what we please until it is time for us to hand them over.
Hmm.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, go.
Can we be coming up the elevator to meet them now?
Absolutely. Yes. You guys have regrouped. You can what floor would you like to regroup on?
Well, we can't come down to them, so
We're
Right.
going to the 4th
Yeah.
floor to do one last search for anything that might be helpful with the bail.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your checks.
Can you leave the elevator unlocked this time? And whoever has the card to stop the elevator, like the whole thing, can you stay, like, give me the card or stay with me by the elevator? I want to see if something tries to ping it now that we've been here for a while.
Yeah,
Because
I
we
can
can
leave you the
dead
key.
stop it before it actually takes off. You know what I mean?
go.
Yes.
Emergency timing question.
Okay.
In the Backstacks hallways, were there windows?
No.
Thank God. Okay, no more questions, Your Honor. Thank you. I just
I got a
suddenly realized
17
we
investigation.
turned one of them into a vacuum chamber, and if there are windows, that whole room was about to implode at any minute. We're good.
Realistically, if that elevator starts to move, we should put them on the 2nd floor and let them go into the 2nd floor.
Just stop it from here. Override. Stay.
If obviously there's something there. But Porthos has been on security detail this entire time, and Porthos is going to continue to be on security detail. That's basically him.
Okay. Those of you making search checks. What'd you get? What'd you roll?
17.
21.
– 17 as well.
There is not much else of use for the bail. But what I will say is, Hildy, what did you do with the perfect infinity at the end of perfect counting of infinity at the end of time?
She this time has her pack with her,
Mhm.
and she has carefully slipped the book inside the packet this time. She is not sure a book that will introduce even greater sadness is something that Cosmo needs to know exists.
That's actually really valid. However, I would like to point out, 2 of us have gone to the Cultastic Book Fair and come back with something, and the rest of you haven't, and I just feel bad that everyone doesn't have a prize. So...
There is
Three of us get
absolutely
books.
nothing in this library for Porthos. I'm just letting you know now.
I just, we find an original copy of The Three Musketeers. He doesn't know that's where he got his name. I found
Sure.
this thing by this guy named Dumas.
I
If
know
you
that,
want
man.
it, you can have that.
No, I was
Um,
kidding.
Yes, we can have that, and now Porthos has a copy of The Three Musketeers in French. He doesn't know how to read it yet.
How do you know? Who was watching me? Wait, third human. Never mind. These are the other guys. Hold on.
No, it doesn't like that. Hildy, as you are searching through the stacks, you see a book that you think, it's like infectious personalities. You're like, maybe that's something. And as you go to you grab it and you go to open it, you open it to blank pages, and for a moment you're very confused, and then you realize the heft of the book is identical to the perfect counting of infinity at the end of time, and words begin to trace along
Did you find a fucking
the-
copybook?
along the pages. The rest of the pages are blank, and you sort of leaf through them. It seems the book only writes when it wants to write,
and only says what it wants to say. And as you are searching for an answer, this is what it provides you. 5 fingers deep, the slick slide and dripping dive. For the first of 10 begins the most unlucky 3. But save your whales, for the blessed be. 7 signed, 7 sealed, 7 forsworn.
Yes, the Library of Existential Dread is the name of this library, apparently.
I'm going to need a typed up copy of that because I will not remember it otherwise.
How fucking could you? Like that?
But 7 signed or 7 signs?
Signed, signatured, signed.
7 sealed, 7 forsworn.
Forsworn. That is how it ends. Yes.
That
At the bottom of the page, there is a illustration in black ink, no color, detailed enough to recognize what it is. It is a hand atop a candelabra, the 5 petrified fingers of which are pointed straight up, and at the top of each finger, a small candle-like flame. Five fingers, not 6 fingers. Six is the bad hand.
yeah, but it's I know this hand. It's not the one from the evil corporation. It's the other one.
Hand of Glory? Or Hand of the, not the evil corporation.
There's 2 or 3 that it could be, but it's not the V word. It's not like there's an eye lying around with the same name kind of thing.
No, there's just a fuck ton of eyes in this entire library.
Are you sharing that with anybody?
No.
Okay.
I may discuss it later, but not immediately, because Hilda's immediate thoughts are of the 7 princes. And to her, they are the ultimate hunt and are also the ultimate death because no one can succeed. So she's not...
So that's her retirement plan. Got it.
Right. She's not thinking about that right now. She's like... Until the rest of the phrase poem comes back to her and she clicks and the picture, then she will probably discuss it, but that'll be after we get out of the library.
Also, Cosmo isn't sad. I need you all to know that. She's just pensive and focused. She's not sad.
Who said you're sad?
She did, with introducing more sadness to Cosmo, and I'm like, wait, I'm fine.
We see
As you
your
guys-
true colors.
Do you?
As you
Because
guys
I don't.
gather
I've
up.
only been alive for 5 years. I haven't had time to learn sadness yet. Like, it's not a thing.
As you guys gather up, and I'm assuming head back to the first floor at some point.
Yes.
Cool. Great. You reset the trap, I assume?
Yes.
Cool. You notice as the door to the first floor opens, there is noise out in the main floor of the library. You realize, because the door is shut, the elevator probably doesn't just go floor by floor. It probably has its own pocket dimensions for each of those floors. So there's no way you would have heard or seen anything that was happening. But it is pretty clear that the cultists are home and something is happening out front.
We did still leave our rope in the 4th floor, right? Or we could go back down the way we came.
Are we able to exit out on any of the floors the other direction?
No. This
I didn't think
elevator only
Only
goes
goes to the 4th
stacks.
floor.
Yep. There is a stairwell not too far. You can try to stealth your way over there.
I'd like to do that.
I'm not very good at stealth.
Doesn't matter. Someone will carry you. We'll go quickly. We'll go quietly. Norda can scout, right? And she looks at Norda like, because again, you disappear into nothingness.
Are the elevator doors open yet or no?
They are open. That's how you know. That's how you hear this.
Shit.
Hilda, I think you need to make a check to see if you can hear that.
Oh, because
Your
tonight
tonight
is.
is. Right. Thank you.
Would I be able to?
We can't see down the hallway to see anybody moving yet, right?
If you want to, you can poke your head out to look down the hallway.
It's a 14 on my check.
You can't make out the details, but you quietly, but through the ringing and through the dull underwater sound, you do hear what is it's what was a dead silent library is no longer.
I'm going to go on all fours as low as I can to the ground to make my head look like a rat, just kind of poking its head around the corner as much as possible, and take a peek and see what I see.
Could I
Okay.
potentially do a perception check with smell to see if I can like get a gist of how many people are out there based on what I'm smelling?
Absolutely, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
And make the stealth check and a perception check, Porthos. Anyone else going down the hallway or attempting to make a perception check to see or hear?
19 on my stealth
I only got a 13.
and a 15 on perception.
I'm actually gonna hold. I'm not gonna try to stealth. I'm not gonna try to move, but I would like to listen as well. Then, just from where I am.
Okay.
Natural 20 on perception. So for a 27.
Okay.
Good.
So you can't smell the number of people that are there, River, because what was previously parchment and ink and leather, what was filled with books and perhaps the oils of hands upon them, now smells of rotten eggs, of thick cinnamon incense and chili spice that causes your eyes to water, a mustard seed that catches in the back of your throat and sort of like phlegm brings a thick drop of sweat to your brow. Even here, just down this hallway, at the slightest of whiffs, it is a thick, pungent smell that the rest of you are picking up on, but that
I love it.
River is enduring. The natural 20 and Porthos moving down the hallway, you guys will both very clearly hear the chanting of and with Porthos you'll confirm by sight. With the natural 20, I will go ahead and say you pick out, you get a rough estimate of this number, but Porthos confirms by sight. There are about 13 cultists. They are in the central portion of that at the bottom of that rotunda on the first floor. The lights that had been the dull flickering yellow and amber of oil lamp and candle lit are now the rich red and pink and hefty orange that is more associated with a stormy sunset than perhaps a well-lit library. The thickness of the red light is drenching, and you can hear their chant. Upon the aether of twilight, the citadel shall be opened. That which never sleeps shall reign within the black gate. Upon the aether of twilight, the citadel shall open. And they proceed in this ramping chant. Porthos, you see them. There is something at their feet.
There's something at their feet or someone?
Something. That floor is not the way it was when you left.
Cosmo, upon hearing the chanting quite clearly, then with her 20, is going to like gesture to everyone. Hold. They're bringing something. They're summoning something.
Smells awful.
We have to stop whatever this is right now. No one else is here to do it. And Norda's ready to go. I love a ride or die, Norda. Time to test the sword. If we can get a surprise round on them, let's just fucking go.
I turn around and I look at Norda and I go, Norda, you know what time it is?
Morphing time?
That's right, baby. And I morph. And I'm gonna assume
Can
that
we get a
we
surprise
all
round?
just
Like, can
dive
we?
out. We're gonna
ahead.
pick a fight with the cultists. They're summoning something.
Immediately.
Before that,
Yes.
the moment we hear the chanting, I'm going to motion for River to heal me.
Oh, right. As we go into this, please don't forget we all still have an a amulet for the conditions, and we all have there's a couple healing potions on the party. So please don't forget that. Just as we go. Also, since they said the Aether of Twilight, I am assuming that it is in fact Twilight now. I need to know for rolling reasons if it is nightfall again since we left, or if it is not yet. Like, how long have we been gone?
It is not.
Thank you. No change in my everything that I can do right now. I can leave it exactly the same.
How far are they from us?
I don't know what you needed, but I
floors
got you
down.
32.
No, you're on the first floor. They're on the same floor as
Right
Gave me
across? Yeah.
32.
What? Wow. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, then how far away are they?
The edge of the circle is 40 feet away.
Okay.
The center of the circle is another 20 feet.
So 60 to get to the center.
To the center of the circle where the 13th person is standing.
Can we stealth out in position before we go full balls to the wall on them?
I think we risk losing our advantage of a stealth round at that point.
I
Or
can
a surprise round.
I can
Well-
reach the edge of the circle and sneak attack one of those cultists. If I transform and we take our surprise round, right after that, I can stab one of them. I get 2 attacks.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. I can't run up in this first round. That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
a lot of
Can I-
movement for me.
Can I grab up a sun sphere so I have it ready to go so I can
I
whack
can
someone with
carry-
it?
Can carry one of them, yeah.
Can I go with Norda?
You can come with me. I can carry you to the edge of the circle 40 feet.
Just
I have a
airdrop.
flight speed of 40.
Well, if you have River, then I would just want Norda's gonna haul ass to exactly where
River
I
can
No,
want.
range.
to go.
don't-
River can range.
Yeah, don't take
Yeah.
me. I have range
Yeah.
stuff,
Okay.
and
Exactly.
I should not be in the middle.
Yeah, same, yeah.
All right, then someone pick me up and take me to
It's
the
Hilda.
people.
It's Hilda.
That's all I can.
No, uppies.
He stands there like,
Norda has a heartbeat sword to deal with now. I feel like she's got enough going on. Like,
Don't matter to me. The moment we get up to that edge, I'm jumping off anyways.
let's go.
Actually, yeah. All right.
Roll your initiative.
She just
Okay.
end that fucking ritual.
So per the rules in 5e, surprise is a condition, not necessarily a round.
Oh, got
Does still get you guys those things, but I do need to know the initiative.
it. Got it. 8. Didn't do well.
19.
I had 16.
I go at 13.
Okay, if you
Okay.
guys also could put those in chat so we can organize them in chat with the right order. Thank you.
Okay. The cultist rolled a 13, so Cosmo is the only person that is not technically surprising
That's
them.
fine.
Everybody else, you do have advantage on this. They do not have reactions until after their initiative starts. So, we're going to kind of piecemeal through the first round. Norda, I think you had the highest initiative.
River. I just wrote it in the
River.
group chat. River,
Okay.
Porthos, Norda, Hilda, Cultist, Cosmo.
Go for it, River.
So how far away are blah, blah, blah. English is great
They are
language.
30 feet away from us, correct?
They're
40.
30 feet
40.
away?
Got it.
The closest one is 40 feet.
40, thank you.
The net 40. Then the next 3 or 4 are about 60 feet away. The farthest one is probably 80 feet.
Okay. And we're planning to kill you. Bet. All right. River's just kind of bust the door open and just run out about 10 feet and just throw her sphere at the closest person she can.
Okay.
Hit the one in the middle if you can.
Oh yeah, is there like a like could I tell if someone was like kind of guiding it?
Yeah. There's a dude in the middle.
Yeah, that's who I want to go for then.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. On a ranged spell attack. Okay. Nat 20!
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yes. 6d8. They're not fiends or undead by any chance?
No.
Damn it. Okay. 6d8. Well, I guess that's 12d8.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I just so happen to have enough dice for that. And I'll just double this to make it easier.
You doubled the number of dice, didn't you?
I rolled my 6. I don't have 12 dice.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, then you rolled 6 and double it. That's great.
Okay. Making sure I don't add plus vigor, which is so 50 damage.
The orb flashes about the zealous cult leader and encompasses him. You're briefly, for about a second, blinded as the light just washes over him, and when it dissipates, there is nothing that remains.
Party's over.
All right, who's
All
next?
right. I'm gonna use
Go ahead.
one question.
Yep.
So is it, since I summoned that in advance, is the bonus action technically the only thing I used for the turn?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to necessarily use an action. I want to use it to get spells.
Okay, sounds good.
It is me next, and I will be foregoing my turn until Hildy picks me up and takes me.
All right, sounds good.
I'm going to bamf 60 feet into the middle,
Okay.
and no, I'm not. I'm just going to use my movement to get to someone 40 feet, because there's no one else in the middle to fight with, right?
Yeah, you're
No,
good. You
there's
can get
not.
to you can get to another person on the edge. Absolutely.
Okay.
40 feet.
Then I will just use my movement, and I will punch. Oh wait, these are cultists, not Bale things.
Correct.
So I'll stab it with the sword.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Nope, that's a 6.
Okay. 6 does not hit.
Was it at advantage?
No,
You do
why
have
would it be?
advantage. Because
Oh,
you
okay,
are
then-
surprising them.
Okay.
Yep.
Then that's an 18.
18 does hit. Armor class of 13.
Okay. Fuck you.
How many do we have?
12
13.
at this point.
Oh, 12.
One
yeah.
of them is dead, so 12.
One of them is
So
pink mist. Like, thanks, River.
3
Just a little.
plus 9 electric damage.
Got it. Total of 12.
And then I'm gonna try hit again.
Okay, yeah, the first shot bloodies him. It's sort of the cultist wince, the shock sort of rips through the body.
11.
11 does not hit.
I will bonus action flurry of blows to
Okay.
try to strike again.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. 16.
Hits.
Okay. It's 9 slashing plus 3 electric.
That is enough to drop that cultist. It thuds to the floor, twitching as the electricity rips through its nervous system.
Okay, and then my last attack is on someone else.
Okay.
16. Okay, 16 hits. So
Mhm.
that's 4 plus 1 electric.
Got
So
it.
5.
5 points of damage as you shift over to the next nearest cultist. I believe that is it for Norda. Hilda.
I'm already transformed into my fire form in this particular fight. I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab Porthos. He's not going to get burnt because I don't have that active at the moment. I will fly him 40 feet, which is the farthest I can get. And then, as my attack, because I can't reach anything else, I'm going to throw him
Okay.
to get him
Sound-
further.
Other
And-
side of the.
And then, so whatever my attack, whatever strength I have to roll on that, and then I'm going to frighten some others in a minute, but we'll throw him first.
Great. Because you're flying forward with him, we'll give it advantage on an athletics check to yeet Porthos forward.
Heck yeah. This is what I wanted.
Could you imagine getting hit by an armored rat?
It's just the best visual.
You're getting hit by a Power Ranger armored bat. It's just gonna. I'm a cannonball right now.
Like,
This
I don't
is
care if
a
it
new
doesn't even
god
hit
to
hard.
believe
That's
in.
ribs.
I hit a 14 to swing him forward because I haven't landed, and
Yeah.
he goes flying however far towards the occultist, somewhere around the 50 to 60 foot range.
Absolutely. He gets there. Doesn't quite go fast enough or hard enough to like hit the guy and deal damage, but does get there. He's gonna pull his sword and start chopping any second now. Go ahead and what is the check for the fear effect?
They need to make a wisdom saving throw against my spell save.
Okay. What is the range on that?
If they can see me.
Okay. Sounds good.
And it's up to my proficiency, so I'm going to select 3 cultists I can get to next turn, but are not immediately near Norda or Porthos.
Okay. So got it. 3 of them. One of them rolls a natural 18 plus 3. The other one is a natural 9 and a natural 6. So I'm guessing 1 saves and the other 2 fail.
Yeah, it's charisma, so I got 14 on my DC.
Yep. Cool. So one of them saves, the other 2 are feared. Afeared. Awesome. Porthos.
Hello, my friends. Did she launch me straight across to the other side, or am I kind of like catty-cornered?
Whichever one you want to be.
I want to go straight across.
Straight across you go.
I want to be on the far side. Is there a portal as I'm flying over underneath me that they were opening up?
Yes.
Okay. Confirmed. Good idea to attack. Alright. Porthos is going to pick one of the targets.
Okay.
And he is going to mark him. And once again, the little armada of rats come out of bookshelves and underneath tables that weren't there before, and just worms and everything are just coming up out of the ground. And Porthos is going to make his strike at the first one in front of him. That is a 24 to hit.
Hits, absolutely.
Ooh, that is 14 points of slashing damage for the first attack.
Okay. Nice.
And then the second attack is going to be a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is 8 points of slashing damage.
That cultist slumps down to the floor as the blade cuts across, clothes torn, blood spilling. That is it for Porthos. The cultists now have their reactions available, and I believe we are over to Cosmo.
Are they still chanting through all of this?
They're starting to stop chanting now because
I
people are.
I needed to know where their
killing
priority fell, so that is good to know. Which means it's not an. What that tells me is if the ritual could be completed in the next 30 seconds, they would not have stopped chanting. But it's probably longer than that, so I'm gonna start shooting people.
Okay.
I'm going to do a shoot. Please and thank.
All right.
Double check something. Hold on. Yeah.
10 remain. One
Got
is
it.
injured.
I am going to roll to hit.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit. Great, amazing.
That hits.
All right, fantastic. I'm then going to use my bonus action to do my focused approach thing. Use a bonus action to add 1d6 to an attack's damage for each successful attack against a nominated target. I don't know where it told me that I could do 2 shots at a time. It's somewhere. I don't know
That's
where.
fine. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do my damage before I'm gonna do both attacks before I do the bonus thing.
Okay.
2d10 plus. No, just 2d10 bludgeoning. So that's 10 total of
Okay.
bludgeoning. And then I'm going to try to make a second attack against, I'm guessing, that same guy.
Yes.
Ooh, that's an 8 to hit.
8 does not hit.
That's fine. Then I have 1 extra d6 of damage.
Okay.
And that's totally fine with me. 6! Yeah.
All right.
So,
The
how's
total
he
of
look?
16.
Yeah.
Injured. He's not feeling great, but
Awesome.
he is
Fantastic.
still.
I'm gonna use my movement to get 30 feet closer. Is there a shelf, the desk? Can I dive in behind the desk where they were looking for the key and stuff and get in there as cover?
It's a little further away, but you can get behind a periodical.
That's fine. I'll get behind
shelf.
it. Yeah, I just want to take cover like a fucking agent. Like,
Okay.
it's my job. So I would like to do that. Thank you.
Sounds good. Back to the top. River.
Mic is up.
River,
You're
your
muted.
mic.
Mic is up. And your camera is down.
And you're falling apart.
Earthquake!
And you're
River-
pretty.
Straight up not having a good time, Bob. Straight up not having a good time.
Oh no.
Strange tactic, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
I'm gonna take out my crossbow, as I was saying,
Okay.
and aim for somebody who looks already injured, trying to just finish people off quickly.
Okay.
Well, that fell out of the tray. That did not. I'm sorry. What do I add? Is it wow.
Dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. 22.
Yes, 22 hits.
Okay. Then that's 1d8. 8.
Yeah, the one that Cosmo was just shooting at takes a bolt through the neck, gurgles, and slumps down onto the ground.
And I do believe that is all I got.
Okay, that is it for River. Up next is
I'm going to use
Norda?
my bonus action for
to
the.
recover.
Yeah.
Got it.
Porthos.
Porthos.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to. Would you say that I'm surrounded probably by like 4 of them at this point, right? Because
Yeah, we're closer to 3, but sure.
3. That's fine. I'm just going for a number of what Porthos is surrounded by.
Yeah.
Porthos is going to mark one of them, and the rats and everything the carry-on are going to pile onto that guy. However,
Yeah.
he's going to strike a different one while he's fighting. So we're going to keep that guy at disadvantage, or not disadvantage, but at a disadvantage against Porthos.
Okay.
To keep him alive. But we're going to swing at that guy. That is a 22 to hit and a 21 to hit.
Both hit.
$28 points of damage to that guy, slashing.
Out. Done. Down onto the ground. He falls, blood pouring out.
And then Porthos is going to talk shit a little bit. And be like, oh, you guys are going down like flies. Soon you're going to join the rest of my infestation.
Okay. After Porthos, Norda?
Yes. Is the thing that was being summoned, the portal, is it still there, or is it?
Make a perception check for me.
$23.
You look into the portal, and through the ripples of the floor, as the marble sort of waves out like a tepid pond that is disrupted by a pebble, you see beyond this solid floor into a thick, inky blackness of night. And from beyond there, these grand tentacles and this twisting, gnarling bit of flesh that its shape is incomprehensible at the moment. And what you can tell is that it is drifting towards you.
Dope. Who is currently concentrating on the portal?
There are, let's see, we have 4 down, so there's 9 people, 8 people probably paying attention to the portal, although most of them are freaking out.
Good. Okay.
I just killed a 5th one.
A 5th one. Okay. So,
Just keeping count.
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
How badly damaged are my allies?
They haven't been hit yet.
No. Okay.
I mean, I got hit by the lightning earlier. That's about as far as it goes, though.
Okay. And I know she healed you before you went in. Fuck it. I'm just gonna start punching again. I'm sorry. This will be fast. Has anything happened with the sword since I've been sorting?
Its heartbeat has increased, but nothing insidious. It's not talking to you, or it's trying to help keep you alive and kill things.
Okay. I'm just gonna punch.
Punch.
I'm going to bounce.
Falcon.
7. Am I still at advantage?
Not at advantage.
Okay. 17 hit.
17 does hit.
Yes.
Okay. And then 24 hits.
Yes.
That's 7 plus 11 electric.
Okay. Yeah, the injured one that you had started on absolutely fries, falling to the ground. So that is 6 of the 13 now dead end or unconscious. The remaining
Okay.
7.
6 plus 6 electric on a new one.
Absolutely. 12 points of electric on a new one.
Well, 12. Yeah, I mean it's not all electric, but and then
Yeah,
I'm going to flurry of blows.
Okay.
12 hit.
No, 13 is what we're
Okay.
looking for.
Then the 23 will hit.
23
That
will
is-
hit.
8 and 3 electric.
All right. Yeah, with just a nice up and down axe kick, its head goes falling to the floor, its body laid out, and another bites the dust.
Okay.
6 remain.
And then I don't know if I can do this or not. But can I restore balance as a lunarchist? Or should that have been my turn?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's at least a bonus action. So
I see, it doesn't say, it just says speed drops and you don't take actions or bonus actions on your turn, which I just did. So I will maybe do that next turn. Okay, never mind. Bye.
sounds good. Okay. After Norda, who's up? Hilda?
Hilda's flying over to the one of the two she made. She did get frightened.
Yes.
And she's going to stab him and activate her flame, her fiend armor. So
Great.
her armor spins up and then she stabs twice.
Okay, let's do it.
S- 17 and 13.
Both hit. 13 just barely.
So that is an 8 on the first and a 5 on the second.
All right. 13 points of damage. Stabbing into him. Is there an element to it? Fire?
Not the hang on just a sec.
Sure. That's just on your armor. It's purely for flavor.
Oh wait, they're not. Hang on.
I'm hanging.
It is fire, and there's an additional 9 points of damage total because I forgot about my extra 1d6 for that.
Nice. All right. Some more fire damage on there. This guy's barely holding on. Sounds good. Hilda, after Hilda, the cultists look at each other and they're preparing for something. Cosmo, go ahead and take your turn.
Great. The shot thing, by the way, was if you want me to skip shooting this round, because I was left over from last week when I mistook what I was supposed to do. It's just the opening round I get one extra shot. I actually never get bonus shots as like a state of being as this class, so which feels underpowered given some other fighter classes in actual D&D. So we might want to talk about that. Like
It's the rogue comparison.
okay,
Rogues never get a second attack,
okay,
but they get
that is
so
helpful. Thank you. I was like,
so that's
okay.
where that translates.
Thank you.
Um,
I just want to make sure I'm in balance. So
You are. So the first round you got the 2 attacks. This round you will only have 1 attack.
yeah, perfect. Especially because I missed that second attack last time anyway, so it didn't actually matter. It's not like I did extra damage.
Right.
That is a 13 exactly to hit.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
So I am going to try to wail on one of the ones who looks like they're about to drop.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
with that 2d10... Actually, no, I'd like to hit a stronger one. with a 2d6
Okay.
because I feel like I'm gonna do enough damage that we can just kind of smack some people, and I have the extra d6.
Okay.
So that is 7 and 6, so 13 points of bludgeoning plus 3 points of
So
Damage.
16.
Yes.
16 points of damage.
yes.
Okay.
I'd like can I get? I'm gonna actually go join Norda in the middle because this is my area of fucking expertise. And whoa, like, oh fuck.
Okay. Yeah. You come around the periodicals. You go running towards the center. The cultists falling as they go. You turn and level the gun, shooting from the hip. It spins the cultist, and his eyes sort of go wide, and he looks. For a moment, you thought at you, Cosmo, but he actually looks past you across the way to the other cultist, backing away from the Fiendbinder as that one looks over his shoulder. The two of them seemingly both injured and in this moment fall, as do
Oh shit.
the other, if I'm not mistaken, the other 4
Oh, this is not good.
willingly leap into the floor.
It's always a good sign when cultists sacrifice themselves to speed things along. Always great.
And for a brief moment, the ground seems to reestablish as marble. No longer the liquid pond of reality it was just a moment ago. What would you like to do?
They all just like yeeted themselves into this pool.
I don't
Okay.
trust it.
Feel free to stop me, Cody.
Okay.
Feel 100% free. But
Yeah.
before one of them jumps in, like next to me, I want to grapple him and stop him from doing it. Because
I'm gonna
he's losing my
say-
attack of opportunity. You can stop me, it's alright, but
I'm gonna say make a dexterity saving throw. And spent their whole turn preparing to do this, so
it's a 5.
in the floor they go.
Okay, that's fair. Porthos wants answers, so he would have at least attempted to stop one of them.
Understood? Yeah. Always
Can
want
I
to give
test
people
the
a good
floor
chance.
to make sure it's solid?
Yeah. What do you want to do to test the floor?
I do the Sarah Sanderson test the
Yeah,
asphalt, the
asphalt.
black.
One
Yeah.
foot slowly.
Yeah.
One foot slowly.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So-
gonna
so
throw
you-
a chair at it.
Yeah, I was gonna throw a book on it. Like, literally anything else.
Well, so Norda, to start, you reach your foot out and you start tapping. What do you just? Is that
Yeah, like if my foot doesn't
it? Doesn't
go in something, I'll start putting weight on it.
okay. You put weight on it. Yeah, it feels solid.
If I jump,
You give it a little bounce. Still feels solid. You're a little trepidatious. Maybe there's a little bit of give there.
we should go.
Hold on. I don't know that it's actually finished. Can I make a religion check on fucking all of this? If there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
extras left over, what the chanting was, if I think I can tell how it worked. God. Fuck. Yes.
So coming from the floor?
So should we leave?
No,
flipped-
that it,
How does not-
I
the
flip
floor
the
should
the
catch
table is back in the center of the room now.
can I make my check?
No, the floor erupts as marble goes spraying everywhere. No longer the liquid puddle of a portal
this tentacled entity of eldritch horror begins to sprout up.
Great.
6 thick, girthy tentacles.
Size
Come-
of Ford F-150s.
Right. The size of
It's
Ford
the size of one of
F-150s.
Come on over to this dealership. It's all right. We sell cars here. Come on over.
Come wacky wavy inflatable arming out.
Well,
And
it is 4th of July weekend.
Exactly. So that is where we are going to end this
Cool.
evening.
I gotta say, the fact that his microphone's on a slight delay, so I heard the knocking in real life before I heard it on the camera. I'm terrified now for my very fucking life.
So sorry.
That was
I'm
one of the
so-
concerns I had. I heard it twice, in real life and in false life, and the long pause you had freaked me the fuck out.
Israel?
Israel?
Yeah,
Israel?
I'm so sorry.
It's not blood clot level, but it's bad.
Right,
It was bad,
right.
okay? Cody
Got
once
it.
jump scared us in our home games so badly that I learned at that point about overstimulation to the point of I just don't react normally because I was so tired at that point that I just seized up. Everyone else screamed and freaked out. I scare really easily and I scream at the smallest provocation. But instead, I seized up completely and just silently started weeping. And like everyone else had like freaked out, Cody, how dare you? And I was just sitting there in the middle of them in my hoodie. And by the time everyone else calmed down, they looked at me and realized I had just been crying the whole time. It was like, look what you did to her. It's like, why look?
It has been many years since I thumped anything during a game, so
Yeah, and I'm the one who got to hear it.
Meg got to
Twice.
hear it. Too.
She's not in the house. It's twice.
I know, but thump. I was expecting one of you to kind of, and it was gonna.
I was about to,
Shaving
but
a
I wasn't.
haircut.
But I was trying to figure out. I was about to, but there was so much going on about if we're still throwing,
Yeah.
if it was real, if it was at the door, if it was at the floor. So I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
ask.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's all good.
My brain was this close, my hand was there. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Wait,
I'm so
what's
confused.
Shave and a haircut.
2 bits. If it's not Roger Rabbit as Cthulhu now, I'm gonna be real disappointed.
That's Cthulhu. Yeah, no, the little.
Exactly. Well, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for playing. I had a great time. I hope you guys had a good time in the library. Next week we will we'll see how it goes. You're gonna
Same
fight
group, we hope, yeah.
tentacles, and I believe that's gonna kind of bring about the more or less the end of this little venture
Anyone who
to the
survives
library.
gets a level.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Are we raiding anybody?
Yes, we are Nerdsmith. Already set up and ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Stick around for the raid. Give them some love. We will see you all next time. But until then, be cool.